Welcome back. As I mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast, had some technical issues here with the Wi-Fi and the Ethernet adapter here. It's no fault to Cody. My Ethernet adapter on my computer is a little busted, so we've been having to use a portable Wi-Fi unit, which has been 100% successful up until it seems like right now, just out here in Cody, it just is falling flat. So I'm going to use my phone, personal hotspot, and I'm going to have to find a charger here just to make sure that it doesn't die. Otherwise, we're going to be in the exact same predicament here in just a second. But I am going to take a quick break as I try and reconfigure some things. We'll be right back with our CWC halftime show right after this.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
Some say healthcare is a calling. Taking care of others. It's who we are. It's what we do. And what we love. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been here. For the expected and the unexpected moments in life. As one of the region's largest employers, we're investing in our communities through donated services and charitable contributions. We're investing in our people, technologies, and facilities, so better care is more convenient and available to everyone, right here, close to you and the things that matter most. From maternity through maturity, from pediatrics to primary care, we're making a difference by improving life and health in our communities we love. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
All right, so it looks like I did get our technical difficulties fixed up well. I apologize to everyone in advance. This has not been my best showing. We missed the only goal that Lander scored. That was when I was trying to get a name that was not on their roster. Ends up being the same name as a different number, so I still don't know if that is even correct. Hopefully it wasn't all for nothing, as Craig Hansen scored that goal off of a header by a nice assist from one of his teammates there. That was about 15 minutes after Cody scored their first goal, and I do believe I saw that was Matt Nelson, number 10, the senior. I'll have to go back and double-check that. But Craig Hansen adding to his total there, and really, really, really happy that we got at least out here in Cody. I know we've had some technical difficulties, but just glad we got out here because we have missed 2 of the best games of the season when they were on the road, and we don't like to do that. And quickly, this halftime has kind of come to an end as after I was trying to work some magic on our technical difficulties, everything just seemed to slip by. So those were your 2 goals in that first half. And as always, if you want to learn more about Central Wyoming College's 4-year bachelor degree program or any of their associate degree programs and how you can learn how to do any of those, get any of those degrees from the comfort of your own home, be sure to visit cwc.edu. Central Wyoming College, make your way out here. And just like that, we're back in the action. This first half went by extremely fast, I felt like, and we're going to hopefully have a similar second half, but with maybe some more goals by the Tigers here. And Cody fans don't like hearing me say that, so I'm just going to kind of let them deal with it while I'm up here. And we see some of the girls getting ready already. The Cody girls and the Lander girls having a half of a JV game as the clock has started. And Lander in the second half gets the ball first, kicks it up, and it goes right off the foot of Remy Broussard. And the coach for Cody is not a happy camper. He's yelling at his teammate or yelling at his players to get upfield fast as that's the reason why number 6, Camden Neiman, able to stop that ball, kick it inside, and not go out of bounds. And now Cody has an offensive attack here, and luckily it just goes safely into the hands of Cody Elliott. That was number 10, Matt Nelson. Good job there to get around the Lander player, but not good enough to get past Cody Elliott as his goal kick goes deep into the leg of Silas Wheeler. Now Lozier has to work his magic near this touchline down here. He kicks it deep, and it stays in bounds, and Cody's going to take it. That's Lucas Morris. He gets it around Colton Laird, and now he pushes it, and Lozier steals it at the halfway line. Connor Moss so close to stealing it. That's just what they do, man. They just run up on you from behind, and that's how they get so many steals as Finn Richards nicely, puts it up to Craig Hansen, and he actually knocks down the biggest player on the pitch. And in the end, it is going to be a whistle against Lander, so they're going to get this free kick here. And it's going to be right from this 10-yard line, right outside the wing of the goal box as Broussard kicks it deep. And 17-13, Otis Beeson, he puts it up in the air and gets stolen away by Nelson. Nelson kicks it to this near side touchline to Neiman. Neiman, off the foot of Lozier, goes out of bounds. Well done by Lozier to get in front of it. And now the throw into Connor Moss. And Connor goes all the way down to the corner with it. And he's being pushed up on by Lozier. And now back to Neiman, who just kicks it high. And Cody Elliott plays with it a little bit, but he gets it in the end. And that's where it'll be as he rolls it immediately to Witzke. Witzke up to Finn, and Finn wasn't in position there. The only player there to get that was number 10, Wesley Scott. And the soccer ball back and forth in this middle third between Lander and Cody, and now a little push, a little shove, pushes the ball out of bounds. Last touch by Lander. Just 2.5 minutes in here. Cody has spent most of it in the attack mode, as now this ball gets into the middle third, and Silas Wheeler was trying to impose some will now. Radakovich gets it and kicks it all the way up towards the edge of the middle third. Witzke, nicely done as he falls to the ground, still manages to kick the ball away, but it's put right in the position for Lander to get it. Now Lucas Morris has it back here on the near side. He kicks it up to Neiman. Neiman stops and goes, gets it past Lozier barely. It went through Lozier's legs, hit off his foot, and now that's actually going to be out of bounds on Cody. Is throwing a little high for Silas. Remy Broussard ends up corralling it right towards the center circle. Now Bear Blackburn tripped up a little bit, but Silas Wheeler off the ricochet gets it back to Beeson. Beeson, a long pass, might be a little too long for Colton Laird, and it's kicked away by the goalie and over the head of Finn. Silas just kind of watched it. I'm sure he could have put a foot out, but he was hoping that Finn had that. As Beeson, a nice pass up, towards Finn and Craig, and it was stolen away. Now, on that far side touchline, back and forth between Colby Ballio and his teammates. Ballio has it now. He's going to kick a long lead and kicked away by Lozier. Right back to Ballio, though, and now on that far side, a couple headers. Ooh, Finn. No call there. He dug another shoulder right into Ballio's chest right there. Took a little shot to the chin, it looked like, as the lead for Lozier goes awry, and it's going to be kicked out. We're going to get a throw in here. I love that we have the yellow ball, because when you're watching a game from this vantage point and you have to watch a white jersey and a different colored jersey, a white ball, when you're looking down and back and at the camera and at the rosters, a white ball can get lost in translation, but a yellow ball, well done here by Cody. I don't know why it's not like that everywhere as a header goes off and out of bounds. Lozier going to do it again from about 20 yards back. Lozier. Nice throw in. Ooh, good thing Silas didn't jump for that. Lucas Morris would have just taken his head clean off. And now Connor Moss gets a ball that goes past Eric Harms. Logan Witzke had to do something with that, and he ends up heading it backwards. And now Cody in a very similar position that Lander was just in 5 minutes into this second half. The throw-in goes to Nelson and just gets kicked away by Witzke. Waiting for his teammates to get down there. Smart move, honestly. And the ball inbounded. You can just hear the wind. Oh, please don't get the hiccups. You can just hear the wind as it hits past my press box. It's, again, luckily for Lander, going at the back of Lander. The wind has kind of switched positions here, a little back and forth. Now the ball enters the attacking third for Cody. Nelson to Chrysler. Chrysler all the way left to this near side touchline to Neiman. Neiman's looking to cross. No, he's going to go back to Lucas Morris. Morris now with a long lead and hits the leg of Craig Hansen. Bear Blackburn had it drop right in front of him, and he waited for the Cody player to do something. Neither did. Now Cody has it in the middle third. Colby Ballio passes it back to Radakovic. Radakovic with the right leg up on that far side touchline. It gets stolen away. Nicely done as Gevin gave it up to Logan Witzke. A sliding pass gets the job done for Cody. Gets it up to Nelson. Nelson with the left footer, and it's deep. Is it too deep for Colby Ballio? It is not. It stops right at the corner, and now he's going to go cross, and he's going to kick it into the goal box, and Callum Wheeler just going to kick it deep and away. And I heard a whistle. I didn't see where. Is this going to be in the penalty box? I think it is. And the lone Lander fans here, you can hear them screaming. I can't repeat what one of them said. And now we're going to get a free kick from inside the penalty box. It's going to essentially be a short corner kick from about 5 yards into the end zone on this left side. Cody's got a real opportunity here to take the lead again. He does so by just kicking it high, and the header was meant to go to Remy Broussard. They did not put their super-duper tall guy in the middle. Radakovic was kind of on that far side, waiting for it to cross past everyone. It does so and goes out of bounds, so still Cody ball, 32:20 to go. And now the cross from the other side of the pitch, and the wind takes it right over the head of Colton Laird. Nelson can't get it past. Ooh, and the ref takes a shot. Oh, the ref took a shot right to the dome, and he is down. I didn't see who kicked that, but I think we're going to have a clock stoppage. We are. It's 32:06. Yikers. My wife always tells me not to use this one, but Yikers Island, that is a tough thing to take, especially when you're not expecting it. And, you know, some of these players, they're ready and willing to take a header unpredictably, but the ref was just standing right in the way. I didn't see who kicked that, and they're asking everyone to get off the pitch. So we're going to take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back after this. Hopefully the ref is okay.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian. When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing.
Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
Riverton's Hampton Inn and Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help. In Lander and Riverton.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare has clinics located in Arapahoe, Ethity, and Riverton. We provide family medical services along with dental, optometry, behavioral health, physical and occupational therapy, and more. Our in-house lab and pharmacy at all locations make for a one-stop primary healthcare center for your healthcare needs. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is striving for a stronger, healthier community because Wind River cares. More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
When you think about wellness, do you think about long walks, nutrition, having a personal trainer? No matter what your idea of wellness looks like, you can find yourself at Gotchi Gym. Their 1,900 square foot facility makes them one of the largest gyms open to the public in Wyoming. Be the best version of yourself with state-of-the-art equipment from senior to strongman. Take advantage of having a bistro on site as well as a certified NASM personal trainer. Take the first step in reaching your goals. Gotchi Gym. Gotchi Rehabilitation is always looking for new team members. See more at gotchi.org. Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today. Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Hey there, how's your day going?
Frustrating. My car's check engine light came on and they can't take it in till next week. And then Max, our Rottweiler, chewed up my glasses and I'm going to have to wait at least a week to get another pair. It seems you have to wait for everything important.
I know the feeling. Some things seem to take forever to get done.
Forgot to ask, how's your day?
I had to take my daughter into the clinic to have her arm looked at.
Let me guess. You had to wait to get an appointment. What was it, 1 week, 2 weeks?
Same day.
What? Same day?
We go to Hot Springs Health. They offer same-day appointments at all their clinics. Riverton, Shoshone, Thermopolis, Worland, and Basin. You just call the clinic and you have an appointment.
I am so sorry to Hot Springs Health, one of our main sponsors. I never like to cut an ad in half. It is one of our longer ads. The ref was looked at by the athletic trainer and got up, had a little thumbs up, and then I don't know if he was wobbly or what, but it just took him a few extra seconds to get up and out of there. So we do have an okay ref. I really don't know what the rules say if a ref gets into concussion protocol, if you can even call a game with another. Maybe they have the fourth ref for that reason, but I don't even see a fourth ref out here, as now our clock's just a little bit behind. It's 31:41. I'll try and get this. Let's do this. We'll do stopping it at 31:44. No, we want 31:06, and we'll just start that in about 20 seconds as the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Lander. And Lander was working with a lot of speed and a lot of momentum, and that carried through in that kick as it hit the ref right in the head. I do believe, I looked back, I think it was Finn Richards just trying to clear it, and that's a tough shot to take as we hit 31:06. So we are back to our normal, regularly scheduled programming, and the ref, looking at number 10, Matt Nelson, tells him to go over to the sideline. I didn't see what for. Not a yellow card. I think he might be... I don't know what that was. We're going to keep it going. It is something with his ankle. He's going to rewrap his ankle. I think he asked the ref to stop, and that is number 10, Matt Nelson. Goal kick incoming here from Cody Elliott. 30:30 to go. And the ball goes over Silas Wheeler. He couldn't get to it in time here. And the AD and the scoreboard operator here at Cody, we were making not jokes at the ref's expense, but we were trying to say exactly what that reminded us of, and it reminded me so much as Connor Moss gets down on that far side going towards the corner. He has to get it past Callum. Callum falls trying to get it out, and where's that going to be? It's going to be a corner kick incoming. But, yeah, that just reminded me because the call was against Lander about 13 seconds before that kick hit the ref, and it reminded me so much of the replacements with Keanu Reeves and the longest yard with Adam Sandler when the calls don't go their way and they start to realize it's because the ref's a little biased, so they toss a football at the ref's lower extremities, if you want to say that, and that's just kind of what it felt like. I know Lander didn't do it on purpose, but it did seem very similar to those moments in those movies as that corner kick took the wind and just ran backwards with it. And so Cody's now having to work further away from the goal than they were. If you haven't seen The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler or the replacements with Keanu Reeves, do yourself a favor and try to watch that, as that crossing kick was perfectly placed for Tade Geving, and he just couldn't get to it in time. He tried to put a foot over it to stop it, and instead it went over his foot or under it. I couldn't tell, but it went out the back of the goal line, and that means it's going to be a goal kick here from Callum Wheeler with under 29 minutes to go. The kick into the chest of Owen Peterson, stolen away by Silas Wheeler. And, you know, if you're watching this and you're watching on YouTube and you have an opportunity, I like to give little polls underneath the comments. So why don't you tell me your favorite sports movie? Doesn't matter what sport it is. I'll give you mine here in a minute. But last time I asked what your walk-up song would be in baseball. Now I'm asking you what your favorite sports movie is. As a nice steal there by Bear Blackburn, and he kicks it out of bounds. I thought it might have hit it hit the body of number 11, Jarrett Chrysler. So we're going to have a throw-in right here on the near side, right in the middle of the defending third for Lander. They have to get it out of here fast as they're kind of tight-roping this touch line. Bear Blackburn gets it stolen away and kicked out of bounds, and are they saying that was... They didn't even really get a flag to tell where that went. They're just going to give it to Cody. Lander ends up pushing it out anyway, and over there Colby Ballio has to corral it, kind of push it around, and now he kicks it back. And we did get some clarification. Number 13 is Lucas Morris. Number 5 is Grady McCartan. So right there by the 50-yard line, you can see number 5. When they played at Lander, that was a different number, different name. So my roster is not updated enough. I thought it was as I got here and heard the same names, and now kicked out of bounds by Lozier. Nicely done to not get a corner kick. He instead kicks it out the side here. And now very lucky that didn't go out of bounds there. A little push by Camden Neiman and a cross off the chest of Logan Witzke. And now that one does lead to a corner kick. And so here we go. Cody got them twice with this in Lander. Where's Radakovich? He's moving up. That's him right there. And he's moving up to try and take this spot. The wind kind of in the middle of doing nothing, not going either way. And there was that header by Radakovich, and it wasn't enough. It went back. and now kicked clear by Lander, and it's going to be up to McCartan here. McCartan over to Ballio, and Ballio gets it stolen away by Silas Wheeler, who passes it up to Colton Laird. They have not been in the attacking third since that ref went down, and even about 2 or 3 minutes before then. They're trying to do it here now as Cody just has too many open players on this side of the pitch. Colton Laird, a nice slide, and gets the ball away from him, but it ends up in the feet of Camden Neiman. And now Bear Blackburn, a little shove, and they're going to let that go. Ref even waves it off, as now the same thing happens. And are they going to call that one? Ooh, if you're not going to call the other one, I'm surprised they called that one. That one's going against Jarrett Chrysler, as I thought Bear Blackburn's was just a little bit more, I don't want to say egregious, but purposeful, knocking the player down there. Chrysler just put a little shoulder in as he was trying to get the ball. Callum Wheeler with the free kick here from the 33-yard line. Low and short to the right. I think he was hoping it would maybe curve in, and it did not. And Lander stuck with one on the board. Same with Cody, though, so not too upsetting. And we're going to get this kick in here from Broussard. We have to wait for a sub in first, though. Tate Gevin coming out for number 13, Lucas Morris, who we were just discussing. And speaking of 13, Otis Beeson steals it, kicks it back towards the goal of Cody, but it gets blocked away and pushed into the attacking third for Cody. And now this is dangerous as a cross is high, and it's right to Nelson, and it's kicked away. Well done by Otis Beeson to get a foot in there. Very awkward angle as this one now goes left of the goal. Another shot on goal there by Matt Nelson, just a little bit left. And I don't know how much more advice the Cody coach can give him, but right there at the end he just said, play well. And I feel like that's exactly what you should say every time. As Callum Wheeler with a goal kick right into the head of Broussard. Doesn't go very far, as now Colton Laird has to kind of come up near, and he is much shorter than Grady McCartan. Gets that stolen away just from pure force. Ballio on that far side passes it up. I can't see that number 13. That's Lucas Morris over there, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lander as they were trying to kick it away. Connor Moss throwing it in. Throws it into Lucas Morris. Love the setup here at Cody. When it's football, there's no space up here, but when it's soccer, I get the coach's room all over myself with the big windows, lots of plug-ins. And we're just rolling up here. Beautiful weather. Can't wait to eat after this. Hoping desperately for either a steakhouse or maybe a pub with a nice burger to be open after the girls' game ends. If you frequent Cody very often, maybe let me know in the comments, or if you have my phone number like many Lander parents do at this point in the stage of the season, you can let me know your favorite place to eat in Cody. I might just stop by there on the way out. Doesn't have to be drive-through either, as that ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cody trying to clear it out. I've heard Pat O'Hara's. I've heard Cody Steakhouse. You just let me know what you like out here. Is a good move there by Lander to kick it into the attacking third, but it gets headed out, and now it's going to be last touched again by Cody. Witzke going to throw this in? No, he's going to let Callum Wheeler throw this in. Callum's got an arm behind him as 22:35 rolls across this scoreboard clock. Callum, deep throw off the head of Radakovic, right to Nelson, and Nelson with a high flying ball, and it goes into the middle of the pitch. It's going to go into the goal box. Eric Harms kind of just guides it nicely in there right in front of Connor Moss. Beeson gets the ball quickly. They don't want anyone to set up anywhere. Bear Blackburn has it now. He moves it past Jarrett Chrysler, and then it gets stolen away on the way to Colton Laird. They're really trying to push Laird, not that they don't have anything else. And Brett Pence, you can see him there with his hands up saying, where are you kicking that to? I think they're really honing in on Colton Laird, and that ball goes out of bounds. Hold on. They didn't let the sub come in as Cody was a little overzealous there. Jarrett Chrysler comes out. Wesley Scott comes in, so now we get a throw in here from Camden Neiman. And just a light little pass right towards this touchline right in front of us, right in front of the Cody bench. Nice little pass underneath the legs of Bear Blackburn, but it goes awry and out of bounds. Lozier throws it in, perfectly placed for Silas Wheeler. Callum, he's working all the way up the pitch, and he gets a nice pass from Finn, but it gets blocked out by Colby Ballio. Well done. Witzke now going to kick it deep over the head of Craig Hansen. Couldn't get to it in time, and it's going to go out of bounds. Approaching the halfway mark of the second half, and honestly, if you had told me it was a 1-1 game halfway through the second half, I would have said that this was a great this is a great showing for Lander, especially how they kind of played against Cody earlier. That game, again, ending in a 4-2 loss. And on that day, let's turn it around here and see who scored. It was Silas Wheeler on a penalty kick. No, that was against Powell. I apologize. It was Carter Ayers and Silas Wheeler scoring those 2 goals. That was the beginning of a back-to-back day. They had Pinedale the next day at home. And wow, well done over there by Finn to get it past, and now it's going to be kicked out of bounds again. And Finn Richards, man, he had a momentum getting around that corner. Now Silas Wheeler on that far side. He has to kick it back out to Witzke. Witzke trying to cross, does so to Beeson. Or that wasn't Beeson, I apologize. That was Bear Blackburn, and it gets stolen away. And now Connor Moss with a long lead, actually perfectly placed for Camden Neiman. And Callum Wheeler with the slide, nicely done to stop that play from getting any further into the goal box. Callum Wheeler now working around, short pass. Surprisingly made it to Silas. I didn't think it was going to. And now Broussard going to work with it and push it all the way back to Radakovic, who kicks it up. And now Cody working with a couple players in attacking third, gets it up to Connor Moss. And Moss on that far side touchline going up against Callum Wheeler. Wheeler's been everywhere on this side of the pitch, and he has been pretty much a second goalie for this defense. And now Connor Moss has some room to make a cross. And nice kick away off the top of the goal box. It did hit the goal bar. It also hit. And the ref saying and the ref arguing with the Cody player. And I'm going to agree with the Cody fans here. That was not off the field goal bar. That was off the white bar. And that means we're going to get a goal kick here. The ref seems to believe that that ball was going much higher than it was. I thought it hit the hand of Cody Elliott up off the goal bar, the white one, I should say, and bounced in. And now a second ref coming over to talk with this ref. And what are they? And they're just going to agree. It is. And instead of being a goal kick for Lander, they're going to say that that was last touched by Cody somehow. So I don't know what's happening as far as the clarification goes, but we're going to get a goal kick here. I'm sorry, a corner kick. Tate Geving on that far side. And look for Radakovic. He's sprinting towards the center. And it ends up actually going off the head of Broussard out the back of the goal line. So Lander escapes that little offensive firing from Cody there. And a proud moment there for Coach Brett Prin's defense to hold them multiple times in the defending third there as we get another sub in. Wesley Scott coming out, Jarrett Chrysler coming back in. So they just switched. Chrysler needed a drink of water, I'm sure. He's been out there for most of the game. And the sun has finally come out, so it's getting a lot hotter there on the pitch as Radakovic with his size doesn't even have to jump for the header there. Otis Beeson with a knee goes out of bounds. And they're saying that was last touched by his knee. So Cody gets it at the halfway line as we approach 17 minutes to go. Chrysler crosses the pitch, and Colton Laird falls down trying to get past him. Colton Laird puts a foot out. He ends up having to pass it over here to number 6, Neiman, and the cross, I don't really know what happened there, but it's going backwards now, and it's going to be Matt Nelson with it, kicking it back to McCartan. I almost said McCarthy. I know that's not right. This middle third has been where Lander has struggled. They've been able to get it past a couple times, but Cody, for the most part, playing that half-court, half-pitch defense, if you want to call it that, really, really well, as Cody Elliott just steps up out of the goal and stops that from getting any further across the face there. 16:20 to go. And almost looked like it could have been a handball there on Jarrett Chrysler. And Finn Richards gets past Chrysler now and gets it kicked away by Colby Ballio right as he was trying to move. And now they're actually getting kind of dangerous there. Bear Blackburn. And who's that going to be out on? And Lander going to have an opportunity here, as the last person to touch that was number 20, Owen Peterson. Kicks it out of the back of the goal box. Well done there by Finn Richards and Bear Blackburn to really push and make sure that Cody was having their back up against the wall. So here's a corner kick that could help Lander out tremendously. It's high, it's a little too high and passed, and it goes off Matt Nelson's head. Then Finn heads it, and now it's going to be back to Zane Ballio, who clears it deep. Callum Wheeler, the only one back here, and he's not even deep enough for it, and they're just going to let it go out of bounds. Smartly done there. If he had tried to turn around, right there was Tade Geving, and he would have had momentum, and he would have pushed. Silas Wheeler gets the ball thrown to him. It goes off his foot, and now it's back into Cody's possession back here. He kicks it deep. Lozier stops it before it gets in the attacking third, but then that gets pushed right back, and number 6, Neiman, ends up crossing it again. Wheeler this time stops it. Well done. Bear, a little forward pass to Sawyer Knockhazel, a little bit too little on there, and now Bear kicks it underneath the legs of Cody and goes out of bounds. Cody throwing it in is McCartan. Colby Ballio gets past Craig Hansen rather easily, kicks it deep, and Callum Wheeler ends up getting it. Kicks it up towards the center circle where there's a couple players waiting to triangle pass. Silas Wheeler kicks it up to Finn. Finn is going to put it up to Callum. Oh, the goalie came way out of the goal for that one, and now he's going to kick it deep where there's one Cody player waiting for it. That's Matt Nelson. Well done by Nelson to stop that. Now Witzke and him battling. Witzke drops back. Zane Ballio gets it, and then it's cleared by Lander. And all the way down there is Craig Hansen on that far side. Did that go off his foot? It did. While we're here, I want to give a big shout out to one of our favorite athletes to cover this past year. It was Gabe Harris, who is going on to play football at Middlebury College. And his announcement coming on Middlebury's Instagram. We also have a Lady Tiger we're going to talk about here shortly. She picked her college as well. She'll be playing, she won't be playing today, actually, I believe. I talked to Precious Bowstring at the Lander Lobos game, and she said that an injury in the last game is going to keep the senior out. 13:45 to go here. I don't know where they stopped the clock, so I'm going to stop mine and let them kind of roll down to ours. As the girls of Lander are officially heading to the sideline here. They are going to watch the last 13 and a half minutes with us as this goal kick from Broussard deep and headed into the attacking third by Beeson. Beeson gets it right back to him. Now to Bear Blackburn. Blackburn passes over to Silas. Silas, someone behind him, but he smartly turns around. Well done, gets it up to Finn. Finn going to take a left-footed shot, and it goes far left. As we're back to our time here, 13:06. And Lander, Finn had a great look right there. Left-footed as Blue Blackburn and Bear Blackburn give each other a little wave. The brother and sister work at home together quite a bit as Sawyer Knockhazel comes in for Craig Hansen, and now this goal kick deep. Callum Wheeler tries to get in front of it. Instead, it goes over him, and now it's up to Eric Harms and Logan Witzke who run into each other, and then it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harms. Right there was Tade Geving. He's going to throw it over to Connor Moss to throw it in. No, whatever happened, Lander's going to steal it anyway and clear it deep, Is that going to go out of bounds? I think Radakovic is going to let it go out of bounds, and it does. 12 minutes to go here. 12 minutes and 7 seconds to be exact. And I don't know what we're really calling, but the Cody players all telling their teammate to throw it in that way, and don't know if he really liked what happened there as Lander ends up with it. Bear Blackburn, a nice pass between 2 or 3 players into Silas Wheeler. Now a better pass over to Finn. Finn has Radakovic right in front of him. He moves around him. Can't get it past Owen Peterson, though. And now they're going to have to work again as Silas Wheeler, that one's going to go off of his leg. Cody going to get it, throw it in. And they want to move quickly as they have numbers if they can push it into the attacking third. Instead, they're pushed backwards as Tate Geving can't get around Witzke. Witzke gets it back out to Beeson. Beeson moves past Connor Moss, gets it back to Eric Harms. Harms, not enough on it, but it still gets to Lozier before it gets to the touchline and kicks it in. And now McCartan gets it stolen away by Bear Blackburn, and Bear Blackburn has an opportunity, but it's kicked away by Broussard right off his foot. And now Laird. Laird has had a lot of passes gone his way, and they're going to say that was last touched by Colton Laird. I thought Cody kicked that one out. The ball boy gave the ball to the goalie. I don't know if he meant to do that. It's going to be McCartan throwing it in with just over 10.5 minutes to go. Lander has to play heavy defense here if they want to keep it in the attacking third. Right off the bat, off the chest of Neiman, who kicks it high, and now Nelson has a good lead. Otis Beeson had a chance. Ooh, Callum Wheeler from basically on his knees after he kind of turned himself around, was still able to get the ball up. And now Finn Richards has an opportunity. He gets it over to Bear. Bear gets it to Silas. Silas stops, waits, shoots, and it's too high. Goes over the field goal post, and that would be 3 points. Too bad we're playing soccer. And now with under 10 minutes to go, the score is still 1-1. And I don't know how I'd feel going into a shootout against these guys. Lander has had a shootout overtime once so far this year. We were at that game. That was at Powell. Both teams made their first 5, and then in sudden death, Cody Elliott let one go, and the Powell goalkeeper blocked one. So it was Powell that won that. As a nice lead up for Neiman. Neiman gets past everyone, no offsides. He's going to cross. That cross going to go to Witzke, and Witzke lets it go past his chest. And number 13, Lucas Morris, was not expecting that at all. He was thinking that he was going to stop the ball. So Lander ball. They throw it in quickly right to Callum Wheeler, who's just going to basically drop kick it to Silas Wheeler. What happened there? And Silas must have used too much of his hands to get into that position he was just in. And the Cody coach saying this is your shot, as Broussard is going to take this from the 39-yard line right outside the center circle with the big Cody Bronx logo on it. Here it comes. It's a high-flying ball headed away by 2 players. Cody still has it here, and now he's going to cross again. That one nicely done by Callum Wheeler to get it cleared just a little bit further. Colby Ballio tries to head it towards the goal again, and now Colton Laird gets a lead for him, but it goes into the foot of McCartan. McCartan tricks around Colton Laird and now gets it past Bear Blackburn. Now Neiman has it. Neiman pushes it up to Connor Moss. Moss moves around Eric Harms, 2 very differently looking players. Both have their power, and Eric Harms, nicely done, kicks it away, but he kicks it into a Matt Nelson, and Matt Nelson kicks the ball into the air, and 2 Lander players collided with each other, and when the ball got shot, it hit the hands of one of them, so we're going to get a penalty kick, and boy, Lander has just shot themselves in the foot accidentally, and Nelson looking to get this goal here. The penalty kick. Nelson. And he's got it. Nelson with his second goal of the day, I believe. We're just going to mark him as one, and we'll watch that footage earlier to see and make sure. But that makes the lead 2-1. And Lander, who has been struggling to get a lot of offense going all season, is going to have to find it right now with 7:38 to go. 7.5 minutes is an eternity on a soccer field. Finn Richards will get that ball in that center circle and lose it immediately as Cody just swarmed. Radakovic gets it back up to Ballio. Ballio up to Nelson. Nelson with a long pass goes off of the hip of Eric Harms, just didn't stop in time. And it gets kicked out to Lucas Morris, who stops and kicks the cross over the head of Lander. And Cody Elliott going to stop on the ball, but I think Cody fans were hoping for a foul there. Lozier, and Neiman collided as Neiman went for the shot there. This goal kick goes right to Silas Wheeler. He no-looks a pass to Craig Hansen right down here in front of us. Gets it to Bear, and the triangle pass goes awry, back off of Sequel Lozier's foot, and he gets it past two players. Well done. And now him and Connor Moss battling, just physical bully ball. Ends up getting in the feet of Craig Hansen. Hansen in between two or three different feet there. Oh, and then no call as Finn Richards gets pushed to the ground. Eric Harms heads it towards the center circle, and no one from Lander wants it except for Callum Wheeler, who takes it and loses it as he was trying to get past two players. Now Witzke has it. Witzke over to Silas. Silas puts it up to Bear. Bear Blackburn, a short pass to Finn, and Finn is just eating turf all day long. Lozier gets it stolen away by Neiman. Neiman hugs that touchline, and he kicks it deep right towards Cody Elliott. 5 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Lander desperately needing to hit the back of the net here. Matt Nelson steals the ball from the goal kick. Finn Richards and him bullying for position. Now Neiman has it. Neiman, no one in front of him, just going to take a long look at a pass. Cody Elliott, nicely done as he runs right in front of some danger to get to it. That goal kick does get to Lander, but it gets kicked away right towards Lucas Morris on that far side, and Morris passes it back to Ballio. Colby going to take the shot, and it's going to go far left. I think that they would let that one go, and they are. It's an upsetting ending here if they are unable to score, as they kept it tied for this entire second half until a just out-of-whack play. Two Lander players in mid-air are able to get hit with a ball on a shot on goal, and one of them, the only player to get hit, it hits off his hands. And that is just the way that Lander's luck has pretty much gone all year long, especially in close games. If they don't win by blowout, it is a very rare fashion for them to win in tight games like this. Cody's Matt Nelson gets it up to Neiman. Neiman down this touchline to Connor Moss, and him and Eric Harms again battling for position. Now Matt Nelson moves past Callum Wheeler. He puts him on his ankles and then kicks it towards Cody Elliott. Nicely done as he blocked it with his foot. Silas Wheeler has to turn around before stopping and passing it off. Stolen away by Colby Ballio again. Now Witzke has to work against Zane Ballio, and Zane going to take a cross to Connor Moss. And Cody Elliott has definitely worked for his shots today. And a yellow card. A yellow card on the goalie? I must have missed how this happened. But the goalie has to come out, and it's going to be Logan Witzke. That's going to be the goalie for most likely the rest of this game. They're saying to stop the clock, so 3:28. Oh, Witzke going to have to take the rest of the goalkeeper duties. Lander's luck is very much so in play today. We're not going to add any time. We're going to take this with him. As soon as the whistle goes, we're going to go as well. There it is. Corner kick low, right to Finn Richards. And he heads it away, but Cody kicks it high. Ooh. 2 or 3 white jerseys and sandwiched Neiman there. Now Neiman gets the ball. Gets it past Lozier. Lozier steals it in this far corner, in this near corner, I'm sorry. And it goes out the back of the goal line. And we have another yellow card, and this one's on Callum Wheeler. And the ref actually giving him a red card. So we will not see Callum Wheeler in the next game. And I must have missed what he said. Callum Wheeler with the red card. And, oh, we are just having ourselves a day today. Callum Wheeler sadly will not be able to play against Mountain View on Friday. Actually, they play against Lyman at home on Thursday, so he will be missing that game. Cody Elliott looking to come back in. Once you get a yellow card, I believe you have to sit for a certain amount of time here, and now Cody Elliott. And this ref, are we stopping the clock again? We have. It's 3:01 to go. And Lander fans screaming composure. You can still win this. They still can. Just without Callum Wheeler and Cody Elliott, your goalie, you definitely think that they're a little short-handed, but they have scorers on this team. As we've seen, we have goals by Carter Ayers, who is not here today. I actually just now noticed that. No Carter Ayers has been kind of noticeable, and I just haven't been able to pinpoint number 6 all day long, and now it makes sense. So Silas Wheeler has some goals on the season. Bear Blackburn, Finn Richards, Craig Hansen today already has one. It's not impossible. We're going to start this, and the refs are going to come over and talk to us. And they're asking for the AD to come down here. This must have been something serious. Tony. Yeah, they want you down there. You got to let me know what's happening, man. So I'm going to let the AD, and we're getting yellow card, red card yelling. So we're going to come back. We're going to clarify what's happening. We'll be right back.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine, Adina Vasco, and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake Pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines! If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have not seen this ever. I've seen it threatened by a couple different refs at a couple different games, both in high school and collegiate level. A Lander fan said something to get under the ref's skin and is being escorted away from Cody High School by the athletic director. Good news is there has been enough time since the yellow card that Cody Elliott is back in at goalie. Bad news is still no Callum Wheeler. They issued a yellow and a yellow on the collision, and that was when I told you they got sandwiched. Callum Wheeler thought that it was his ball, their ball, Lander ball, I should say, and that the way that he said that, I guess, to the ref was enough to get a red card. So, I mean, you're seeing a lot of stuff here. It's going to be 2:47 to go. The clock is already moving, so we're going to count down with it. 2:40. Cody gets the ball. Now stolen away by Bear Blackburn. Like I said, still an opportunity to at least tie this game. Connor Moss, who did get a yellow card on that collision, he kicks it deep over to Neiman. It's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be, they're going to have to throw it in quickly here. Sawyer Knockhazel begging for the ball in time. Throws it right off the back, and they're just going to call that out of bounds again. Clock running down. 130 seconds to go here. And Sawyer Knockhazel not moving quickly to the ball as we have substitutions allowed to come in here. Neiman coming out and Lucas Morris coming in. And I will tell you what, man, Lander fans are not caring for the refs right now. Obviously one, so much so that they had to ask him to leave. And we've had a lot of drama this year as that ball goes far left out the back of the goal line. But we have not had drama like that. I don't know exactly what we're going to find out from this game. I mean, this game has been close other than kind of a freak incident where the handball happened. This game has been tied the entire game for the most part as Cody steals it inside the attacking third. They get it back around to Nelson. Nelson moves past Richards with ease, tries to pass it up to Moss, gets it stolen away. Now Neiman has it. He's getting double-teamed. Kicks it back out to McCartan. McCartan kicks it up to Moss. Moss triangle kicks to Neiman. Neiman. And I'm sorry, it was Geving that came out, not Neiman. 6 and 9 look together, look similar. Neiman on this near side. He's going to look to cross. He hits the dirt, and it goes out the back of the goal line. And they're going to call this a goal kick here. And we have a warning for Eric Harms. This ref, not playing favorites, but this ref has had quite a lot of calls against Lander today. One of which was an obvious handball, but one of which led to a point. So that means that this game, in Lander's head, is probably going to feel like a tie, even though it's going to look like a loss, unless he can do something here in the next 40 seconds. And right then and there, I just don't know exactly what's happening with my clock either. I apologize. We're just going to let it go. 30 seconds to go here. I'll keep you up to date. And Otis Beeson has a look at it up there as he faces off against Lucas Morris. Morris gets it all the way down to the corner. Can't cross, and a quick stop. Whistle. This one goes against Cody, as I was just saying something. This is going to happen in 6 seconds. I don't see that happening as the ball goes off of Cody's foot, and just a last-second effort. Craig Hansen upset, as you can see. Callum Wheeler getting a hug from his coach, and we will not see Callum in the next game. I'm going to work with the team on getting someone up here to talk about this game. I'll be right back after this.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WYDOT.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
The Stock Dock is proud to serve all of Fremont County and surrounding areas. They are dedicated to providing the highest level of veterinarian medicine along with friendly and compassionate service. They service all pets of shapes and sizes between dogs and cows and cats and horses. They treat your animal like it's their own. The Stock Dock.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Central Wyoming College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
From the field, to the court, to the pool, and beyond, Fremont County athletes give their blood, sweat, and tears for their teammates and community. Why compromise that with alcohol or marijuana? Help your athlete make the most of their playing time by avoiding the dangers and impact that substance use can have on their performance and future. For more resources and information, visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
Is your resolution this year to be healthier? You may have made a commitment to improve your physical health, but don't forget about your financial health. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union is listed as one of the healthiest credit unions in the U.S., and we are the healthiest credit union in Wyoming, according to depositaccounts.com. Don't risk having your accounts anywhere else. Become a member today and accomplish your first resolution by becoming healthier. Financially speaking, that is. Federally insured by NCUA. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Living well isn't just about things. It's about the things that matter: your family, your friends, and your health. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health and care of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, in advanced medical technologies, and in specialized facilities, so access to better care is close to you and the things that matter most. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
Wyoming Community.
Welcome back here. As I'm sure you'll be able to tell, I just ran a mile just to go get a player of the game, hopefully. We'll see here, though. As you are watching our Click It or Ticket postgame show here on Wild Today's YouTube page. Whew. Tough game for the Lander Tigers, falling 2-1 off of a penalty kick with just over 7.5 minutes to go. And it's going to be one to think about for this team as it drops them to 4-7 and propels Cody into double-digit wins at 10-3. And we're about to watch a very tough matchup between the number 1 team in the 3A West and the number 3 team in the 3A West. But first, the boys game here. We're going to have to do a quick post-game show as Matt Nelson got the penalty kick, and we believe he had the kick at the beginning as there was kind of a big pile-up in the middle, and the kick came out of nowhere. Matt Nelson came out celebrating, but so did everyone. So we're just going to assume that it was Nelson. We had an unruly fan who was apparently very nice about being kicked out. He didn't throw a fit or anything. There's Coach right here. Awesome. Yeah, we'll get you here, Coach. And we'll make this short and sweet because we know, A, you have a long ride home just like I do, but probably going to be a little bit longer today.
Yes.
All in all, just tell me about the last 7.5 minutes there. You get 2 yellow cards. Callum gets a red card, so he's not going to play next time.
Right.
Your goalie has to leave.
Yep.
I mean, just that was a wild sequence of events at the end there, and it ended up in favor of Cody, sadly.
It does. It does. I mean, it's just our season. It's just, I don't know how to say it. We always just penalty kicks or free kicks or corner kicks, they're biting us. They're just biting us. We played well. We played well the whole game. Thought we controlled a lot of the game. Just getting into the back of the net is tough for us, and yeah, just a heartbreaker.
And, you know, I don't know if I'm going to patent this or trademark this. I called it Lander luck because you guys, if you're not blowing a team out and it stays close, something crazy happens near the end or a penalty kick or a corner kick goes in. And you're right, this is just seems to be how your season's going. Your defense was tough as nails that entire second half.
Yep.
We were waiting for offense to get going, but your defense just kept saying, we'll take it, we'll take it, we'll take it. Then Callum goes down, then Cody leaves, and that penalty kick was not only a killer, but what were you telling them with 7.5 minutes left? You don't have your goalie, you don't have Callum.
Yep.
The refs are not being nice to your fans. The fans aren't being nice to the refs either, though, from what I've heard. Just what was that last 7.5 minutes? What'd you tell your team?
Well, when we went down, to 10, just told them we've been there before and we've scored. So we play well when we're only 10. I think that actually sometimes they play better because they know they have to step up and fill that gap. So I just told them hang in there. And last 4 minutes we played really well, and we were pushing hard and getting some really good minutes out of kids that were tired, and so we'll just bring it Thursday and see what happens.
Well, we'll have to. I know we want to get to some more wins here, but you know what? One thing I did notice, the last game against this team, you let 2 headers from corner kicks go by Wilkins Radakovic. You guys shut him down today.
Did.
That was a big focus of emphasis, I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah, we worked on it all week with Eric. And just,
tallest dude out there.
Yeah, tallest dude. He's thick and he's good, so he keeps getting better every week. Every week he gets better. I mean, from where he was last year when he first started to where he is now, I mean, it's leaps and bounds.
We're talking about Eric, right? Yeah, and we were just praising Eric here. From him not starting the season to him starting the last handful of games, 8 games, I think, give or take. We have seen a tremendous difference on your defense.
Yep.
Props to him, and as him being a senior, I'm sure he's happy to get all these minutes late.
Yep.
As far as your other seniors go, you guys are at home against Lyman on Thursday.
Yep.
Technically, that's your senior night. Lyman, you've already beaten once. What's going to be the key to beating them a second time?
Just play our game. Just play our game. Possession, pass the ball around and work it and build it and put it in the back of the net.
What's practice look like now that you know you're going to be without Callum in that game?
About the same. Yep. We will. We'll have other guys step up, and we'll just move some positions around, just like Carter Ayers wasn't there today. And
I was just about to ask.
Yeah, we had to move people around and and get that. So, I think we've only had one game this year with our full varsity squad.
And I was praising that. I was saying that at the beginning. I'm like, hey, everyone looks to be here and healthy. And then I didn't even notice Carter was gone until, which could be an emphasis on your offense. Didn't really tell Carter was gone until about halfway through the game. Is Carter injured or is he
still concussed?
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure. But
he's cleared for Thursday.
Cool. So, well, I will tell you what, we gave the Gatorade player of the game to Colton Laird because he was sprinting up and down the field. I saw you really trying to push the ball to him early, especially in that first half, and they kept cutting it off. But you never stopped, and I appreciate that from Colton Laird. If he's not getting the ball, he's still running.
It is.
I want to give the Papa Murphy's player of the game to maybe someone that you think should win that. I thought Finn Richards had a good game.
He did.
But Craig Hansen had the only goal. Should we give it to Craig?
I mean, I would say Craig.
Let's give it to Craig.
Yeah. I mean, he did very, very well. He stepped up. He played a lot of good minutes. Keeping Craig high all the time is sometimes a challenge, but he's getting better every game. Every game and they all are. They all are just getting much better and tougher.
Well, 2 more games until state. We'll be there on Thursday and in Mountain View on Friday. We'll see you then, Coach. Sorry about the loss, but hey, you guys played a heck of a game up until the last minute. I mean, it was just so close the entire game.
Yep, it was. So, we'll enjoy the rain on Thursday. So.
We'll get to it on Thursday. Thank you so much again for coming up here, Coach. Have a safe ride back.
Yep, you too.
Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you.
If you're tired of paying ridiculously high gas prices, there is a solution that can save you a bunch of money. In fact, it won't cost you a cent. How do you do that? Take the Blue Bus. WRTA bus lines will get you around the county for free. That's right, free, no charge. It doesn't get cheaper than free. Go to WRTAbuslines.com and download the schedule, or look for a schedule in the Ranger, Lander Journal, or Wind River News. WRTA Bus Lines, proud to serve Fremont County. From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Real quick, we're going to finish this Click It or Ticket post-game show. We mentioned Craig Hansen, our Papa Murphy's player of the game, Colton Laird, our Gatorade player of the game, and I want to say a big thanks to WYDOT for sponsoring our post-game show. Remember, 82% of all Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. Let's try and boost that up to 100%. Stay safe on the roads. With that, I'm going to set off our post-game show and head right into our Hampton Inn & Suites pre-game show, brought to you by Hampton Inn & Suites by Hilton. For any hotel needs, especially in Riverton, head to Hampton Inn & Suites by Hilton. So this game going to be probably the toughest game on Lander's schedule this year. They're going up against the undefeated Cody Phillies, 12-0 this season, off of a 17-0 season last year that saw Lander and Cody in the final game of the postseason, and that was a final score of 3-1 in favor of Cody. They got goals from Neiman, Hayes, and Lynn. They got their 5th title in school history last year, 4 in their last 5 years, and oh, hey, that one year they didn't get it, Lander got it. So Lander knows this team. They've seen them a lot. This is the first year that Scott Getz will be seeing them in person as far as their varsity teams go. They've seen JV when Coach Getz was the JV coach, but this is going to be a different ballgame here. They're without players from last year like Emma Getz and Whitney Hansen, but you know they have Delaney Sullivan. Blue Blackburn has really come out of her shell as of late, and we have goals from pretty much everyone. Big difference today, as we saw earlier this year after a red card penalty. No Annabelle Knockhazel means that the midfield will be kind of open territory for whoever wants to step up for the Lander Lady Tigers, and that's a great segue into our Lander Journal Keys to the Game, brought to you by Lander Journal and Ranger Newspapers. You can start or continue your subscription today at 421 East Main Street as we recap every Wednesday the games from the weekend, and this weekend's paper will be filled with this game as well as Thursday's game against Lyman if it doesn't get rained out. And so our keys to the game, that's going to be it. who's going to step up in Whitney Hanson's, or I'm sorry, not Whitney Hanson, Annabelle Knockhazel's spot there, as I don't even see Annabelle. Oh, there she is. I see a wrap on her knee. She's kind of limping, and she's heading to the captain's meeting here. So maybe I got some wrong information from Precious Bowstring, as she is there, and Annabelle just signing with a college the other day. We'll have more on that in a second. And Blue Blackburn waving to her grandparents who came all the way here. They've got their own personalized Lander seats. Pawpaw and Mima. And back to our keys to the game. I'm sorry, I get so distracted, especially when I see cute family moments like that. It's going to be up to Delaney Sullivan, Blue Blackburn. It's going to be up to a couple different scores here, as they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 girls in the scorebook this year. No one has more goals than Delaney Sullivan, though. The nearest is Knockhazel with 4, and then number 20, Blue Blackburn, has 3. Georgia Chance had a hat trick in one game, so she also has 3. There's scores on this team. They're going to have to find it, as Cody comes into this game 12-0. Lander comes into this game 6-4. In between them is Powell at 7-5, and they have one win against Lander, while Lander has the other win against them. And that right there is going to be your top 3 for the 3A West, as we watch the captains here kind of get involved. As far as Cody goes, they have a slew of returning all-staters, and their keys to the game are just to make sure that they get the ball. They obviously know what to do with it, and they're going to keep running this offense that has scored so many points this year. And Lander's going to have to find a way to defend against that. They're going to have to get it from everyone. You can cherry pick in this game pretty well, especially with the speed of Delaney Sullivan, but there's going to be some times where your offense needs to run back on defense. Otherwise, there's going to be one extra shooter, and Cody's going to find the goal every time. That'll do it for our Lander Journal keys to the game. Again, 421 East Main Street in Riverton. Start or continue your subscription today. We got pictures and stories and quotes and stats galore every Wednesday and every weekend in the editions, written here by yours truly, and it will be on wildtoday.com as well. The shortened versions, less quotes, less pictures, and that's not to entice you to get a paper, but more or less to entice you to get a little memorabilia there. If your daughter, granddaughter, grandson, anything is in the paper, it's always nice to have a real picture of them next to a story about them. So 421 East Main Street in Riverton is where you can start that off. And we're about to get into our Sutherland starting lineup here as we get some huddles and a national anthem sung by some girls of Cody. And they're up actually right behind me, so I'm going to turn up my volume, and you're going to hear them directly.
Stripes and
that was gorgeous. And those were sung by 2 Cody fillies, and they're not starting, but they are. Good job, ladies. Great job. And as it is senior night, I believe, for Cody, Green River at Cody on Thursday will actually be their last game at home. That's the same time and the exact same time as Lyman at Lander on Thursday, 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. So we're going to get a bunch of future fillies, as they're calling them, here with the Cody Phillies varsity team. And we're going to finally get them out here as we are about to, looks like, have maybe an extended Sutherland starting lineup here, as I see Blue Blackburn in the lineup. And maybe she could be the replacement for Annabelle. I don't see Annabelle there. And no, Annabelle is not. She is sitting right there on the bench. Injured in the last game against Pinedale, and that's going to be huge. So I'm just going to read down the line. I know Landers by heart at this point. So starting at goalie is Aislinn Donahue. Defender Tinley Reisig. Anna Nielsen. Gilly Wheeler. Mason Morton. Addie Weston. Ella Stanbury. Blue Blackburn. Allie Atnip. Delaney Sullivan, and Georgia Chance. So that is your starting lineup for the Lander Lady Tigers, and they're going to introduce them here as I use my binoculars to figure out Cody's here. Or maybe we should just wait for the athletic director to finish Landers, and we'll just catch on with them. And the refs wearing bright red. And Addie Weston, 1 game removed from her mother being honored at the very first Lander Valley High School Pink Night, raised over $2,000 for the mothers of Addie Weston and Mason Morton. Just a great charity case, great job done by Miss Chance and the rest of the parents, Lander Lady Tiger and Tiger parents that put that on. Great job, greatly done. I got to do the Riverton Pink game, and then less than a week later got to do the Lander Pink game, and I love doing both of those because it's more than just soccer. And starting here is your Cody Phillies starting lineup. So at goalie,
keeper tonight, number 16,
Hattie Robbins, a senior.
Number 2,
Caitlin Innist, a sophomore. Number 12, Molly Hayes, a junior. My pen's going out. That's not good. Number 13, Kennedy Neiman. I imagine is related to Camden Neiman. 14, Ellie Talick. Her brother, I believe, picked Oregon State, the football superstar from up here. 17, Gillian Growney, a senior. 18, Aspen Kalkowski, another senior. This team filled with seniors, which might be one of the main reasons they continue to win so much and so easily. Maya McCartan, a senior. Reese Neiman, a senior. Number 23, Madison Chrysler, obviously related to Jarrett Chrysler. And number 34, Allie Boyson. Boyson, a returning All-Stater. And I'll actually give you all the All-Staters from this team last year. Autumn Wilson, not on here. She was a 3-time All-Stater. Aspen Kalkowski, Kennedy Neiman, both midfielders returning All-Staters. So is Allie Boisman. Jessa Lynn was in this game earlier this year. She was an All-Stater. She is not starting. Reese Neiman, the senior, she is returning All-Stater. And Isabel Radakovich, not on this lineup either. Maybe she was a senior. I'm just looking at old names. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 returning All-Staters for Cody. Meanwhile, for Lander, 1, 2, two returning All-Staters in Delaney Sullivan and Annabelle Knockhazel. So we're going to set this clock up. Thanks to Sutherland's for sponsoring that starting lineup, as always, for any home improvement needs, whether it's the hammer to hammer in the nails or the wood, anything in between. Head to Sutherland's in Riverton off North Federal Boulevard. Riverton's home improvement store, Sutherland's. We got it back down to zeros on the scorebook. Blue Blackburn, I don't remember her starting very many games. She always comes in off the bench and does spectacularly. Cody's going to get the ball first here. I'm going to close this door. And we're going to start when the ref blows his whistle. And this team, this Cody team, obviously the best in the state as far as 3A goes, but even in 4A, there is not a team doing better than them right now. 4A best record is 13-0-1 from Thunder Basin, and then Riverton's 12-2-1. They got a loss on senior night on Friday. You can watch that game, a recap if you want, on Wild Today's YouTube page. Just click back, go to the live link, and you'll find it. Allie Boyson going to throw it in here right to Aspen Kalkowski. Nielsen, nicely done there to get it up to Blue Blackburn, who passes past Delaney Sullivan, but it gets kicked back to Blue. Nicely done as she tries to get it up towards Delaney, but Cody just too big there in the middle. Body kind of hits the floor. Now Georgia Chance. That wrist still wrapped up. And I talked to her mom, that bloody nose. Just one of many injuries that she's working past right now. Props to her. The ball kicked away right to Boyson. And Gilly Wheeler falls to her knees trying to get it out of Boyson's possession. And instead, it gets kicked up all the way and out of bounds. Caitlin Innist was not going to catch up with that one. 1 minute in, and Lander's going to throw it in right past Georgia Chance. Kalkowski kicks it deep over to Micah McCartan, and it's going to go out of bounds. And again, Lander gets to throw it in here. Lander bringing a lot of fans with the girls. They've done very well so far this season. A couple losses have not gone the way they wanted to. Obviously, they're losses, but some of those games rougher to watch than others. Obviously, that opening game against Jackson Hole was not how they wanted to start their season, but since then, they've gone 6-3, so can't really be too mad about that. And this team, who is just 1 year removed from their second straight state championship game, falling to one in Cody and winning the other against Cody, as Georgia Chance tries to play some defense on that far side against number 12, Molly Hayes. It gets past Georgia, but it doesn't get past the defenders, the defensive line there, is Gilly Wheeler. Ooh, and right off the back of Addie Weston, Nielsen's pass did not go where she wanted it to, and now Nielsen and Kennedy Neiman fight for it. It gets past her, and now Boyson moves with it across the middle of the pitch. She passes it over to a sleeveless Molly Hayes, and now a shot goes left of the goal. Aislinn Donahue was prepared. And you can already see that this Lander team is going to have to work with everything they have in the defensive third, as Blue Blackburn runs up to it past the middle third, gets stolen away by Ellie Talek, and now kicked clear right past Anna Nielsen, right past number 18, Aspen Kalkowski as well. Gilly Wheeler tries to get it back up to the attacking third, but can't. Cody moves forward, and Allie Atnip with a nice clear all the way down into the middle of the attacking third. Now Sullivan has a look on it, but she kicks it a little too far and a little too fast. Reese Neiman ends up getting it, but Sullivan corrals it back. She kicks it over to Stanbury. Stanbury gets the ball stolen away. Now it's Kalkowski with it. Nielsen gets moved into a wrong position, and now Kalkowski with a long lead, and Boyson's going to have an opportunity here. She takes the right footer, and it goes into the right side of the net. Boyson last time had herself a field day. I believe she had 3 goals. I might be mistaken. I typically have it written down right here, but I must not have written it down during that Cody game. Boyson was working on Georgia Chance last time, and Georgia had some great defensive moments in that game. Lander, in general, has some great defensive moments throughout the entirety of their games. They really do feel like an offensive-minded team, but they work well on defense, especially that defensive line with Mason Morton and Allie Atnip and Tinley Reisig really showing their experience here. As Gilly Wheeler pretty much the only sophomore back there. Tinley Reisig is a sophomore as well. I was looking at the wrong number. Georgia Chance steals the ball nicely there from Maya McCartan. Tries to kick it over to Stanbury, and Stanbury stops, puts it back. Now Reisig over to Nielsen. Nielsen in the middle, going up against Kennedy Neiman. And a little stop and start. Bodies collide, and now it's Tinley Reisig on that far side. She kicks it over to a Gilly Wheeler that was kind of waiting for the ball to keep moving past her. Now she has a long lead. Well placed for Stanbury if she can get to it, but she can't, and it goes out of bounds. Either way, she was kicking it forward, and she needed to cross. So, 5 minutes in, still a tie game. Ball gets thrown in to Molly Hayes. Hayes runs up that far side touchline, and she passes it all the way up to Ennis. And Caitlin Ennis moving on Tinley Reisig. She stops and moves around right and kicks the ball directly into Mason Morton's chest. And now Morton again with the shins gets it stopped, and Georgia Chance has it now. She stops. She looks directly at Ennis and starts moving and kicks that ball forward and maybe a little bit too far as it's going to go into the lap of the goalie, Hattie Robbins. Robbins, a senior. Aislinn Donahue, the Lander goalie, a junior. So we've got some experience in the goal box on both teams, which should make it harder to get some scores. But right now, Sullivan back to Georgia Chance. Chance going to take a low kick, and she was trying to cross to Blue Blackburn. I think it got tipped on the way there. Blackburn anyway finds it, gets it over to Sullivan, and Sullivan with a little turnaround kick goes too far off her shin. Georgia Chance nicely done there to block one and then steal the other, and then it gets kicked away. Addie Weston with her own steal now, and she just kind of kicks it away right into Molly Hayes. Hayes kicks it into the knees of Weston. Weston moves past Micah McCartan really well. She gets it up to Sullivan, who stops it under her foot, and Sullivan's pass couldn't connect. Sullivan now having to play defense. She bodies number 13, Neiman. Neiman now passes up, stolen away by Atnip. Well done. And Atnip's pass up to Blue Blackburn. She kind of hits it off her chest, and it's saved from going out of bounds by McCartan. Now Georgia has it, exiting the center circle. Georgia still has it, even though it's almost kicked away. Now she stops, puts it behind her. She's got plenty of time. She tries to pass over to Nielsen. Nielsen was not ready for it. Georgia gets it back, though. And now Nielsen, she was looked at as the receiver of a pass, and she was standing there. Now Georgia just going to take it in between two players and kick it deep. It's going to go out the right side of the goal line. Good offense schemes so far by Lander. As far as execution goes, it's hard to execute anything very well against this Cody team. There's a reason they haven't lost in their last 29 games, dating back to the beginning of last season. Ooh, Delaney Sullivan puts her leg up, falls as she does that. Now over to Blue. Blue Blackburn back to Delaney. Delaney gets it stolen away, but Weston's there, and now Weston and Delaney run into each other. Eventually she gets it back to Delaney. Now she has to kick it back past Allie Atnip. Gilly Wheeler with it, going up against a senior, much bigger body in Boyson. And that's not meant as a diss at all. She is just obviously outsizing these girls of Lander right now, much like the Radakovich kid on the Cody team, Wilkins Radakovich. He's just a head taller than everyone and has obviously been hitting the gym. It's kind of similar here with Boyson. She just seems to be taller than everyone, maybe outside of Annabelle Knockhazel, who is not on the field. So we're going to get a free kick here from Mason Morton. Morton's pass goes over the leg of Micah McCartan, and now Blue Blackburn battling for position with Gillian Growney. That's a tongue twister waiting to happen as Boyson gets it in the middle third. She passes it across the pitch over to Molly Hayes. Molly Hayes moves past Tinley Reisig, but then Reisig finally gets it, stops, pushes it past, and then Hayes again gets it and pushes it over to Ennis. Ennis kicks the ball, and Allie Atnip will kick it right back out into the middle third. Nielsen was not looking ahead, and it was stolen away by Talek. Now stolen away by Mason Morton, who just runs right back to her defensive set. And for good reason, too, as it's continuing to go down in the attacking third for Cody. And over there is Hayes. She passes it back up. And now they've got some room. They try and get it over to Kalkowski. And the shot goes awry and out the back of the goal line. And it was last touched, looks like, by Allie Atnip. So we're going to get a corner kick here with 30 to go, pretty much. Dangerous position here as it's going to be number 13, Kennedy Neiman, the senior, taking this corner kick. It's low. It hits the hands of Aislinn Donahue, and now it bounces around. A couple white jerseys get in the way of it, and it gets cleared out nicely past Blue Blackburn. They're not out of the woods yet, though. Neiman has it now on this near side touchline. She looks for the cross over to Boyson. Boyson turns, takes the shot, and it goes right into the legs of Mason Morton, and that's what she's there to do. Well done, and now a steal by Weston. Hopefully they can move this. Oh, it goes off the back foot of Blue Blackburn, and now Ellie Talek moves around Allie Atnip, and she looks for her own cross, and it goes way too far, and it's going to go out. No, it's not. Nicely saved there by, is that Molly? That's Molly Hayes. She has a kind of a lopsided pass go over the head of Boyson, and Aislinn Donahue gets it off the bounce. There was actually almost an own goal there by Gilly Wheeler, and it wasn't her fault as her and Atnip kind of ran into each other. Boyson was just sitting there waiting for the pass, and it just bounced off a white jersey into the hands of Donahue. And now look at this. Delaney Sullivan was perfectly placed as the Cody player was trying to get the ball to herself, and now Delaney going to take a shot. Oh, Delaney's shot goes left of the goal. Man. She had Blue Blackburn, I wouldn't say open, but right in front of her, and I don't know how much more beneficial it would have been to try and push it to her, but either way, a shot on goal goes left, and now it's Cody ball as they push it down, and Allie Atnip kind of fighting for position here with Maya McCartan. Atnip ends up getting it, and the ball girl's trying to follow the ball here. Weston gets double-teamed and gets the ball stolen away by Neiman. The ball gets pushed back out into the middle third. Weston going to steal it here on her. Thought she would have. If she had sped up a little, I think she would have had that. Now Tinley Reisig has to play defense. And Reisig gets moved past, and now there's numbers on Cody's side. Cody's takes the shot, and luckily Donahue was prepared for that. Well done by Aislinn Donahue, who's had a tremendous season. There's only been one game that she has been really upset with herself about, and that was that 6-goal game that they had redemption for against Green River in Green River about a week and a half ago now. You can also watch that game on YO Today's YouTube page if you're looking for some revenge story there. Now Cody moves it past and goes over the defensive line and trying to chase it out is Caitlin Ennis. Can she stop it? She can. Tinley Reisig going to kick it out of bounds. And it's going to be a throw-in from right on the outside of that wing on the far side. 27:35 to go in this game, in this first half, I apologize. And they're waiting. It's not going to be Ennis throwing it in. It's going to be number 7, Avery Williams, who just came in. Or is that Williams? Is that an 8 or a 10? Oh, they took Caitlin Ennis out, put in Avery Williams, and throwing it in over there is Kalkowski. She throws it in short on the outside. Stanbury almost gets a touch on it, and now it's just going to go harmlessly into Donahue's hands. As we're 13 minutes into this game, Lander holding their own against the top team in 3A West, and 3A in general, as the best team on the 3A East is Warland at 9-2-1. That ball kicked deep, and it just goes right out of bounds. The wind has died down significantly from that boys' game. Good news for the Lady Tigers as Georgia Chance gets the inbound pass, passes it over to Delaney. Delaney back to Weston. Weston has to move around the ref and Kennedy Neiman. Gets it to Nielsen. Georgia Chance kicks it high up in the air, and now it's going to go out of bounds. That looks like last touched by, I thought it was last touched by Cody. It was. Okay, the ref put up the wrong flag. Ooh, Delaney Sullivan turned and ran right into a wall and got kicked out from underneath her. Now Georgia Chance has to chase it. A pass from Nielsen goes a little bit too far, but Chance has a nice look, goes around, will look for the cross, look for the shot, and it goes over the field goal post. Out of bounds at the back of the goal line, and Georgia Chance, boy, she had a good look there, maybe at a cross, but she wanted to take the shot. There was a couple Cody players in between her and any white jersey, though, so I don't blame her at all, as we're going to get a goal kick here from the Sea of Cody, right to Neiman. Neiman high, kicks it over Addie Weston. Perfectly placed to McCartan. McCartan walks by Boyson. Now she passes it up to Neiman. Neiman hugging this touchline. And a high cross, and it's going to go towards Tinley Reisig first, and Reisig heads it and might have headed it too far. She did. It's going to be a corner kick. And Lander's defense has to rush down the field quickly. And it looks like it's going to be Neiman taking this corner kick here. 25:08 to go. Cody just absolutely gorgeous in the sunlight. And the sun is directly in the eyes of Kennedy Neiman over there in the corner. As you can see the shadows. This kick high almost looked like an Olympico from this angle, and then it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Blue Blackburn there. Well done to just kick it out and make sure it wasn't another corner kick. But they're still in danger here as Kalkowski kicks it high up, and they would be smart to let that go. They do. It goes out the back of the goal line. Well done. As it looks like Knockhazel and Coach Getz kind of talking together. Maybe they're working on a plan for their team here. The ball goes past Nielsen, past a couple players, right into the halfway line. And just speaking about Annabelle Knockhazel, she wants to go into pre-law, and she finally made that a reality as she signed with Laramie County Community College, LCCC, and she's going to be playing next year, and she's going to be hopefully keeping the Lander Valley Lady Tigers name proud in that. Ooh, handball there. It went right off Atnip's hand. They're not going to call it, though. I saw that one clear as day right in front of Coach Getz, and he kind of chuckled at that, I think, too. And now it's going to be caught up in the middle by Cody. Georgia Chance, really the only defender in the middle there. Now finally they get some more white jerseys waiting. Kalkowski passes it over to Neiman. Neiman, a nice lead for Innist. Innist crosses past Wheeler. What's she going to do here? She's going to cross, and Allie Atnip saves it, and then Mason Morton kicks it and clears it. Now Neiman just going to take a long shot, and Aislinn Donahue blocks it out, stops on it, steps on it, lays on it. Wow, oh my goodness. Oh, have yourself a moment, Aislinn Donahue. Boy, she pushed it, the first shot out, and it went directly into the feet of a Cody player who took another shot, and it hit the shins of Donahue, and then a white jersey got in between the ball and Donahue had another shot to block, and then she just landed on it and laid on it. And well done, especially in the heat of the moment right there. You never know what's going to happen as Nielsen kicks it out of bounds, and Cody's going to let that one go. And I'm mistaken, as the Talek player, I said Oregon State earlier. I remember now it's Notre Dame. He's going to be going to Notre Dame. And the Cody quarterback, one of the highest touted high school players this year, he had offers from Wyoming, Oregon State, Notre Dame, and I watched him absolutely destroy Riverton football this past season right here from this exact booth, and he was a special player. He's going to be very good at the next level as Boyson gets a nice lead, and Allie Atnip's going to get to it first. Boyson still outruns her, and now Boyson, I don't know why she would take that shot. She kicks it out of bounds. Boyson, with 21:45 to go, had an opportunity to stop, sit on it, turn around, and maybe look for a cross, but Lander very thankful that she did not, as we have Lily Moore, the sophomore, come in for Addie Weston, the sophomore. Goal kick by Morton. Goes deep, but not deep enough, and right off the foot of Neiman, it's right back into the attacking third for Cody. Innist stops, puts it towards Boyson. Boyson over to Kalkowski, and it was a little bit long for her. Still gets picked up, though, by Molly Hayes and Mason Morton. A good job there to see what was coming, and she just kicks it out. Defense has to get set up again as we approach the halfway mark of the first half. These games flying by today. And you can see all those little girls that came out with the Cody Phillies are all having their own Little League game in the backdrop there. As the ball goes past Cody, and now, almost into the attacking third, and 2 shots by Stanbury to get it to Delaney Sullivan, and Sullivan just stands there and puts her hands up. Bummed, but now Allie Atnip gets it up to Blue Blackburn in the middle third. Nice move to get around Kennedy Neiman. The freshman kind of turns around the senior. Now Delaney Sullivan, the pass to her goes a little bit too high, and Sullivan stops running and is letting Stanbury get to it, but Stanbury can't. And now Cody again on the offensive. Georgia Chance puts her foot out, not far enough. And on that far side touchline, Georgia Chance runs back to play defense. Good on her. Now Mason Morton has the ball kicked by Tinley Reisig underneath her legs, and Georgia Chance has it in the middle third. She kicks it over to Lily Moore, who almost had it stolen away by Ennis. And Boyson, now she has it. Can't get it past Gilly Wheeler, though. Gilly Wheeler kicks it out of bounds. The middle third of Cody is just eating up the Annabelle Knockhazel-less team right now as Georgia Chance, ball goes right at her head, and she bounces it up backwards. Now Gilly Wheeler heads it just about 2 or 3 yards forwards. Lily Moore has to fight with Caitlin Ennis. And now Allie Atnip with a long pass, and it was close to going out of bounds, but saved by Kennedy Neiman. She passes it up to Boyson, who takes the shot with the left foot, and it goes over the field goal post. It actually goes left. That would have been a missed field goal. And now Weston going to come back in, and this time for Georgia Chance. And I think Weston had gum in her mouth. Either way, she hands it off to her teammate, and her teammate's going to throw away the gum. That's gross. Hopefully no germaphobes watching or hearing this, as Weston immediately gets the ball. As soon as she comes in, she passes it up to Nielsen, who can't run with it as fast as she wants to, gets it stolen away, and now Boyson has it. Exits the middle third with a pass up to Avery Williams. Now Boyson has it again. They're going to try and get it to Boyson as much as possible, as now Ennis running with it down the touchline. She stops in the corner. She's looking for a cross. No, she passes it back to Neiman. Neiman with the cross into the legs of Kalkowski, and then Lander kind of bodies her and makes her push it up a little bit, and almost went out the back of the goal line. Would have been a corner kick, but Allie Atnip kicks it out of bounds, and we're going to get another sub in here. Maddie Boudre, a freshman, going to come in for Caitlin Ennis, a sophomore. Not very many sophomores and freshmen on this Cody team to begin with, as that throw-in goes right to Boyson, perfectly placed, and Boyson gets past Weston after she kind of heads it up, and now Mason Morton finally clears it, and that's what Lander needs. You can see Delaney Sullivan sprinting to the ball. She has to slow down. She knew she was going to overrun it. And then she almost gets faked out, and she kind of does there, but Lily Moore saves it in the middle third. Ball goes up, and now kicked right to the Boudre that just came in, Maddie Boudre, and she has a nice lead. It goes out of bounds, though. Kennedy Neiman couldn't get to it in time, and we got to wait for another sub. Chance comes right back in, this time for Nielsen. So Moore came in for Weston. Weston came in for Chance, and Chance comes in for Nielsen now. They're just playing who's going to play next. And again, the whole point of today, outside of obviously getting a win, is the body by Kalkowski there was enough to draw the whistle. Whole point today is how do we replace Annabelle Knockhazel? I don't know how severe the injury is, but they're going to get a good look today, much like they did in their loss without her earlier this year. I believe that was at Powell. Trying to remember when she was out with the red card penalty, but they got 2 games without Annabelle Knockhazel, and it's a rough one in the middle third. They're trying to figure out, and right there in the middle third, Boyson gets past Lily Moore and Georgia Chance. Now she moves past Morton, has to pass it up to Boudre. Boudre kicks it back, and a long kick, and it's going to go left, and it's going to go out the back of the goal line. That was Kennedy Neiman, and she had a straight shot on it, but it looks like the wind and the curvature of the kick actually took it out. And if Mr. Sullivan's watching, I just got your text. And I'm sending you one right back. The ball gets stolen away in the middle third as Delaney Sullivan hits the dirt. She kind of rolls forward, and now Addie Weston passes it up to Stanbury. Stanbury stops it, turns, kicks it, and couldn't get it to Sullivan. Luckily, Blue Blackburn is there. Blue kicks it up on that far side to Sullivan. She moves around. Number 23, Madison Chrysler, tries a shot, and it gets blocked up before it even hits the goalie, and it goes out of bounds, and it is last touched by Cody. They need to move some white jerseys up. This defensive line sitting at halfway. Georgia Chance gets the inbound pass, puts a foot in the ground, passes it back to Weston. Weston, a short kick to Chance, and now they kick it back. Mason Morton says, I got this. She's going to take a short pass over here to Atnip on the near side. Her ball gets kicked right into the lower half of Maddie Boudre, and now she has to turn around and try and do it again, and she kicks it deep, and it's stolen away. 14:55 to go. Molly Hayes and Mason Morton fighting, and Mason Morton wins that battle, and she kicks it, and it goes out of bounds. Stanbury couldn't put a leg on it, and number 21, Maya McCartan, coming back in. The senior replacing que numero es 12. So Molly Hayes, the junior, coming out, Maya McCartan, the senior, coming in, and Anna Nielsen coming in, a late substitution coming in for Lily Moore. So throwing it in is Cody on that far side, and they're going to let Gillian Growney, or Groney, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing it, Gilly. We have a Gilly Wheeler and a Gilly Growney on the pitch right now. Still waiting on a whistle. 14. When did they stop? Why did they stop the clock? So it's 14:36. I don't know when I missed a ref saying that we need to stop the clock for a substitution. Oh, the goalie was substituted, and I didn't see why. So at goalie is a new player. Well, when are we going to start this clock? The ball is moving. The clock is not. Now it is. Okay. So we got pretty much an extra 20 seconds, 30 seconds of play here as Blue Blackburn on that far side. Trying to get around two players, can't get past one, and Ella Stanbury was just standing there waiting for maybe a behind pass, and now Cody is going to be moving with some numbers here. Boyson had gotten behind the defense a little bit. I don't know if that would have been offsides if they tried to pass to her. Now Neiman right outside the center circle, a high pass past Boyson, and Morton just going to take the easy way out and kick it a little bit closer to us. A header by Boudre, and it goes back to Boyson, and then luckily ricochets off of her legs right back here to the middle third. Now Neiman again, working on Nielsen. And Nielsen trying to just desperately stop Kennedy Neiman right earlier before it gets down to a situation like this where Boyson has the cross over to Neiman. Neiman, oh, nice job by Georgia Chance to get in front of it. And Georgia Chance really did just save a good-looking cross possibility, and she does so again there, getting in front of another pass. And Cody being forced to move backwards almost single-handedly because of Georgia Chance. Now Mason Morton stops it, and a shot on goal, and it would have just gone out the back, but Donahue tries to put a hand on it, and she's lucky it didn't keep rolling. 13:08 to go. Donahue kicks it over the head of Blue Blackburn and gets headed by Ellie Talek. Now Boyson has it. She stops, puts a left foot in the air. Mason Morton steals it with her chest. She puts a left footer up, and now 25 versus 23. That's Madison Chrysler. Almost got the best of Delaney Sullivan. Actually did for a second, then kicked it directly to Anna Nielsen. Now Stanbury, she runs right into Ellie Talek. Talek has to run away with it and go backwards, and backwards means forwards here as her and Stanbury just ran right into each other, and wherever the ball was going was not anyone's fault. Donahue stops it, and the ref almost gets hit with an air ball there. Weston and McCartan on that far side fighting. Now Kalkowski almost got into the attacking third, but it was kicked away by Morton. And now it's going to be Boudre. She stops it, and she's facing Georgia Chance. Chance, nicely done, kicks it away up to Delaney Sullivan. Sullivan has to work backwards with it. Now she's coming on the near side. She gets over to Chance, and you can hear her say, go, go, go. Georgia Chance instead tries to go across the pitch and gets it stolen away. Kicked out by Kalkowski. Now Ellie Talek kind of takes a little bum rush there by Georgia Chance. Chance doing a good job, and Coach Getz telling Chance to do something. And I think he was telling her to kick it forward instead of go across the pitch. I don't know. He was just pointing the wrong way. So Boyson gets the inbound pass in between Allie Atnip and something happened there with Gilly Wheeler on this. Line judge is going to give Boyson a free kick at the 10-yard line. And this is a dangerous moment. The wall for Lander wasn't even needed as she kicks it back, and the ball goes towards Stanbury now on this near side. It got ricocheted off, and over there to Talek. Talek takes a shot, and it goes way high, and it goes over the goal line. And as we approach 10 minutes, 50 seconds to go in this first half, and I don't know what score we were all hoping for. I was hoping for a big blowout here in favor of Lander, but I'm fine with a 0-0 score right now. Cody is a tough team to defend upon. I don't know what's happening here, but the ref checking the ball and goes up to the ball. Now we have a fourth ball. We have our own little deflate gate here. I don't know what that was exactly, but they get the right ball into Mason Morton, and Morton from the Y of Cody going to kick it deep and right to Blue Blackburn, who does a good job stopping it, but can't turn around with it as Ellie Talek ends up getting it and kicks it forward. Now Boyson has it. Boyson past Nielsen. Tries to get past Nielsen, and now she kicks it up off of Allie Atnip's back ankle there. Georgia Chance moves it forward. Addie Weston couldn't get there in time, and the kick just going to go into the goal box. They're going to let that one go. We're going to get another goal kick here. 9:44 to go. Ten minutes exactly to go. Mason Morton from the same spot. Hand up, let's go. Kick it deep. She does, right at the center circle. Again, right towards Blue Blackburn, who battles with Ellie Talek. This time, the ball goes past Ellie, and Blue Blackburn and Ella Stanbury are able to get there. Nielsen hits a nice pass to her. Kennedy Neiman now has it. She passes it up to Boyson, who gets it right back on a little quick pass. She tries to lead Boyson, and she does. Boyson has two players to beat. She stops, puts it past to Neiman. Neiman back over. Unselfish play. And that's what happens when you don't know who's going to take the shot. And that one was Molly Hayes. And that is disheartening for Lander, who's been doing so well on defense so far today. Molly Hayes with the first goal of the day. The junior with 9:22 to go. Oh, all you can do is shake your head there. I mean, Lander was playing defense as best they could. But again, it went from one shooter to another shooter to another shooter. And whoever had the most open look was going to take it. I thought Neiman was going to at first. And when she did that little backdoor pass to Molly Hayes, you just kind of knew something bad was about to happen. Donahue just not tall enough. It went right over her head into the top of the net. But we're going to keep going here. Lander down 1-0. Lander doesn't have a problem shooting if they can get into the attacking third, which is much harder to do against such a tough Cody team. And now on that far side, throwing it in is going to be Cody. getting it all the way down. Cody went backwards into the attacking third. And just a reminder, Cody did win this earlier matchup this season in Lander 4-0. And now another possible opportunity, but Lander able to stop it before anything happens. They kick it back, and waiting is Kalkowski. She's going to take just a high shot, and Donahue, I mean, that's like a punt return. She was just waiting for it. And when you look at Annabelle Knockhazel without the socks on, you can see maybe why she is not playing today. Lots of tape and a small wrap around her leg, her right knee. Maybe we can get her to come up here during halftime. Who knows? Maybe we can talk about what needs to happen for Lander to win this game. Right now, they just have to get into the attacking third more often. Right now, they're stuck on defense, and they're stuck here again. Tinley Reisig is running up the far side of the pitch with McCartan. McCartan kicks it out of bounds. And we got a sub coming in. 27. Harlow Baker. I believe this is the first time I've called her name all year long. She comes in for Ella Stanbury. So a very big name, a freshman coming in for a big name, Ella Stanbury. Maybe she's proved herself in JV or the practice. Either way, she's going to be looking at it. She almost gets the throw into her there. Blue Blackburn instead leads her. And now look, she gets it over to Delaney Sullivan. Sullivan up to Nielsen. Nielsen gets past. And she had one more player to beat, and she couldn't. And it's going to go out the back of the goal line. And who's it off of? I didn't see where the flag went. They're going to say off of Lander. And yes, it will be a goal kick here. As the goalie, I didn't see who came in for goalie, but it's dangerous to assume that goalie is any less experienced or any less talented than the goalie they had at the beginning of the game. The ball goes right to Nielsen off the goal kick, and now Blue Blackburn nicely passes it over to Baker. Baker tries to get it up to Sullivan. She can't. Sullivan, nice bully ball here to try and get the ball. She does. That speed works, and now number 5, Maddie Boudre, has to put an arm in her back just to get the ball back, and now Blue Blackburn going to take a shot. And pushed out by that goalie. Blue Blackburn with an opportunity as it goes out of bounds. Lander's going to have a throw in here with 5:45 to go here. Throwing it in right to Anna Nielsen. Nielsen moves backwards, tries to get it up to Baker, it looked like. No, that was Blue Blackburn, and Blue couldn't get to it. Now Cody kicks it back out, and we're just going to wash, rinse, repeat from about 20 yards out. The throw in right to Blue Blackburn in between 3 Cody jerseys. Smart move there. She kicks it up off the hands of a Cody player. I can't read that number from this far out. We're going to get a corner kick. Who's going to take it? A great opportunity here. Georgia Chance looks like she's moving towards that corner. Feel like Morton. This isn't going to be a corner kick. It's going to go a handball. So it's a little inside the corner. Basically a smaller corner kick is, Delaney Sullivan. I don't know if that was really, really meant for her. That looked like a much better opportunity for Blue Blackburn, but Sullivan got in there, put a foot on the ground. And either way, they were going to have to kick past a lot of blue jerseys to get that into the goal. They still have possession as Georgia Chance fights and whiffs on it as she was pushed. No call there. Now Cody running with numbers. They pass it up for Innist, and it's just going to go into the hands of Aislinn Donahue. 4:15 to go. Boy, that was a perfect opportunity for Lander to try and get on the board. No fault to Sullivan or Blue. That ball just looked like it was in the middle of a hubbubaloo of people. And Weston stops the ball on the inbound throw, but doesn't stop it and move it forward. And now Innist, again, with an opportunity. She pushes Mason Morton. Morton gets it back anyway. And Morrison going to clear it low right to Nielsen, right in the edge of the middle third. She kicks it up. Nielsen steals again. Moving forward with it to Blue. Blue has speed, but not enough to get past Innick there. Talik, I apologize. Allie Atnip now has to clear it, and when she clears it, the wind kind of takes it and stops it. Enough for McCartan to get to it, and McCartan's knees force it out of bounds. Tinley Reisig doesn't even wait. She wants the ball. She wants to throw it in now with 3:15 to go. I don't blame her at all. The ball passed up. Now Cody has it, entering the center circle. Maddie Boudre. Sorry about the camera work there. I'm following multiple things, and that ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Georgia Chance. Boyson going to throw it in, not until Kennedy Neiman comes in and Maddie Boudre comes out. Boyson two-hands it, 2:35 to go. The sun right in pretty much everyone's face. You can see a couple players putting their hands over their eyes. Nielsen steals it away. Boyson almost steals it back, and now Delaney Sullivan runs into a wall named Madison Chrysler. The ball goes across the pitch, and then a quick pass into the middle goes awry for Cody. Lander steals it, kicks it deep. Now Nielsen battling with Neiman, and now Sullivan steals it. Back up to Nielsen. Nielsen gets pushed right by, and Boyson almost gets the ball into a Cody player, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cody. There's just a lot happening in this middle third. Georgia Chance going to throw it in here with under 2 minutes to go. Throws it to Blue. Blue just kicks it, and Cody knows that's going out of bounds, so they're just going to let it and watch it. Why didn't anyone tell me I didn't put a point up for Cody? It is 1-0 Cody. Big apologies there. Molly Hayes with that goal, the junior. Lots of buttons and not enough people. Delaney Sullivan almost had that, but Neiman just too strong with the right foot, and she kicks it over. Mason Morton steals it, gets it right past the ref. That looked like it was a perfect pass to the ref. Instead, Blue Blackburn gets it, kicks it nicely to Sullivan. Sullivan crosses to Blue. Oh, Blue couldn't get there in time. Stolen away by Reese Neiman and then cleared. And Cody has it again in the center circle, and now they try and lead Talik, and Talik can't get to it before Mason Morton can. Morton letting it go and further, and now she's going to wind up and take a long kick. That looks like it's going out of bounds. It is. After that far side touchline, 45 seconds to go. Don't stop playing defense now. Cody loves to score at the end of halves. Weston looked like she was trying to get the ball there, almost did. Now Sullivan looks like she's chasing it. She's going to chase it right out of bounds. Reminder, Sullivan signed with a college as well to play soccer up in Washington. Says she wanted to get out of Wyoming and doesn't know if she's going to like everything there. She loves Seattle, she said. Yakima College, I believe it's called. They're the Yaks, so she's going to be part of the Yaks soccer team as we have reached halftime. Cody up 1-0. Lander has worked hard defensively and had a couple opportunities on offense, not as many as Cody has. We'll be back with our CWC halftime show right after this.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
A well-drawn-up game plan can be the difference between wins and losses. The same can be said about your mental health. Making a game plan to talk to your children can make a huge impact on them and help make them feel supported and listened to. The good news is, this winning game plan isn't hard to implement. All it takes is you starting the conversation and being ready to talk. If you need helpful resources and tools, you can visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been committed to improving the health of our communities. Today, we're investing more in our communities, in our people, and in advanced medical technologies, so access to better care is closer to home.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
Glass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Glass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Glass is Lander.
Some say healthcare is a calling, taking care of others. It's who we are. It's what we do. And what we love. For decades, Sage West Healthcare has been here. For the expected and the unexpected moments in life. As one of the region's largest employers, we're investing in our communities through donated services and charitable contributions. We're investing in our people, technologies, and facilities, so better care is more convenient and available to everyone, right here, close to you and the things that matter most. From maternity through maturity, from pediatrics to primary care, we're making a difference by improving life and health in our communities we love. Sage West Healthcare. Be well, live well. That's why we're here.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Snyder Signature Properties would like to give a huge shout out to the local sports of Fremont County. They are here to support your team and your local home real estate needs. Call today to see how Snyder Signature Properties can help you buy and sell your next property. Good luck to all Fremont County athletes.
You need an oil change, but you don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian. When you're driving, yield to pedestrians. Wear light clothing. Walk on a pathway instead of the road. Look out for pedestrians. Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming Inn and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
Riverton's Hampton Inn and Suites is proud to sponsor our youth athletics in Fremont County. Fremont County school athletics provide our youth timeless experiences and lessons that can lead to success for life. Setting goals, teamwork, and hard work make young athletes into good citizens.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help. In Lander and Riverton.
Wind River Family and Community Healthcare has clinics located in Arapahoe, Ethity, and Riverton. We provide family medical services along with dental, optometry, behavioral health, physical and occupational therapy, and more. Our in-house lab and pharmacy at all locations make for a one-stop primary healthcare center for your healthcare needs. Wind River Family and Community Healthcare is striving for a stronger, healthier community because Wind River cares. More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
When you think about wellness, do you think about long walks, nutrition, having a personal trainer? No matter what your idea of wellness looks like, you can find yourself at Gotchi Gym. Their 1,900 square foot facility makes them one of the largest gyms open to the public in Wyoming. Be the best version of yourself with state-of-the-art equipment from senior to strongman. Take advantage of having a bistro on site as well as a certified NASM personal trainer. Take the first step in reaching your goals. Gotchi Gym. Gotchi Rehabilitation is always looking for new team members. See more at gotchi.org. Riverton Vision Center offers comprehensive eye health exams, highly trained staff, and a large selection of fashion eyewear and sunglasses. Dr. Ballard, Dr. Hinkle, and Dr. Frazier offer over 70 years of experience. Call Riverton Vision Center at 856-9451 to schedule an appointment today.
Welcome back. I've been up and down the bleachers during this Central Wyoming College halftime show. And we will be talking to Annabelle Knockhazel at the end of the game. We'll talk to her about her college, about what this team can do without her. I'm going to make this the quickest CWC halftime show we have. Because it looks like they're taking the field a little early. One goal by Molly Hayes. Quite a few shot attempts by Lander as a whole, but none going in. And now they're going to be working with the wind, or against the wind, I'm sorry. Cody going to be working with the wind. And we have pretty much the same starting lineup on the field. For more information on CWC's 4-year bachelor degree program, as well as their 2-year associate degree program, be sure to visit cwc.edu. Central Wyoming College. Make your way out here. And if you're a soccer fan, definitely should check out the CWC soccer programs. The girls and the boys just only going to get better with a new coach. So quickly, that was a CWC halftime show, quicker than any other. As we get into the second half here, 15 seconds until, and they're just going to call it, and there you go. They didn't even give the scoreboard operator any time, so most likely our clocks are going to be a little off. Tinley Reisig gets it up on this near side to Georgia. Georgia kicks it off of the ankles of Molly Hayes. Now Boyson stops and starts against Reisig. She's a whole 2 heads taller than her. Boyson going to do a cross. Luckily, it was kicked away by Lander. Nicely done. Now Delaney, it goes a little bit further, but she stops, keeps going. She gets past one player, and then she runs into another. Ref calls that no, but the ref on the inside of the pitch does call that, and they're going to call that against Sullivan. As if she's the one. I mean, in basketball, if you take a charge, that's what you do. The free kick by Reese Neiman, a senior. And, you know, when you talk about seniors, if you walk up and down the side of this field, Half their fences are covered with seniors, both in softball, track and field, and soccer. And I think soccer had the most seniors, and they were almost 90% girls, just a fully senior team. It's hard to beat a bunch of experience like that, no matter how good, no matter how experienced you are. And right now, Lander trying to do that and be the first team to beat Cody since before last season, when they were also the last team to beat Cody. So if anyone knows how to take down the Phillies, it's Lander. They couldn't do it earlier this season. They're trying to do it now. Down 1-0, and we're pretty close on the clock. We're about 7 seconds ahead, so we're going to stop it and let it catch up. And there we go. Kennedy Neiman gets the throw in here. And she kicks it up to Delaney Sullivan. Delaney works around one player. Now she's got a long cross down to Ella Stanbury, and Ella gets pushed away by Gillian Growney. Gilly doesn't get enough on it as Anna Nielsen has it, and a little push, and that's going to call the whistle there. Nielsen just a small push in the back. Right on Kalkowski. So now we have another free kick here. 2 minutes, 10 seconds in. It's a low line drive all the way down. Allie Atnip's going to have to stop this from going out of bounds. Does she? No. And it will be Lander ball. I don't know why he held up the flag with the right hand first. That's always confusing to people like me. The throw-in goes right off the chest of Kennedy Neiman. Now a shorter pass back to Atnip. Atnip's going to kick it long. Georgia Chance kind of waiting for it down here on the near side as Stanbury runs into the center circle, kicks it back to Weston. Weston now gets it to Chance. Chance moves out of the center circle, passes it up to Sullivan. Sullivan has two ladies in front of her and kicks it right to number 12, Molly Hayes, the lone goal scorer, and Molly's going to run with it here across the center. She gets it up, and Boyson turns around Reisig, and now Reisig and Boyson fall. Was there any ill will there? I don't think so. I don't think Reisig even touched her. I think she just turned around. Boyson now talking to the ref about it. And who's this going to be? They're giving this to Cody. Cody throws it in right to Boyson. The header goes out the back of the goal line, and that was a smart move by an experienced Allie Boyson. She got the header off the inbound pass, and it headed right into the chest of Tinley Reisig, and she just let that one go out the back. So we have a corner kick incoming. I can't see the number, but she is going to be kicking it into a group of blue, and it's way too high and goes off the head of a Cody player and out the back. It's going to be a goal kick, and Lander gets away with a lucky streak there. 7:14 local time, and we still have plenty of sun for the next 36 minutes. Love being up by Yellowstone. You can just smell it in the air, honestly. As the ball goes deep past Kalkowski, Lander had two players there. Neither really ran for it. Stanbury was trying to get a leg up. Georgia Chance tried to play defense, and the ball gets right past her up to Boyson. Boyson gets past Reisig. Now she kicks it up for a cross. Mason Morton was there, and then the ball goes out the back right side of the goal line. It's going to be a goal kick again. I don't know if that was necessarily a shot on goal. Just kind of barely tapped a ankle of a Cody player. Mason Morton with a goal kick incoming. That one a little higher than normal. Goes past everybody right at the halfway line and gets stopped up by Cody. And now Nielsen stuck playing defense. Passes it up to Kalkowski. Now up to Boyson. Boyson and Mason Morton battling. Now Allie Atnip kicks the ball out of bounds. And no disrespect whatsoever to Tinley Reisig, but I would leave Mason Morton on Boyson. She's got the strength and the size to be able to really combat her. Tinley Reisig's much smaller than Boyson, and Boyson has been really working that angle pretty much the whole day. The ball gets past Nielsen, who hits the ground hard. And as the ball goes in, Nielsen is limping as that ball shot in by, what's that number, 13? I think that was Kennedy Neiman with a goal. Either way, 34-25 to go, and it's a 2-0 ball game now. So a junior with a goal and a senior with a goal, as the Lander Lady Tigers now staring at a deficit, and Lily Moore waiting to come in. Are they going to let her? They are. They're going to let her come in for Nielsen. Nielsen kind of grimacing just a little bit. Can't really tell. When she ran into that player, which led to that goal, Nielsen did not get up right away. And when she finally did, the goal had already been scored. Blue Blackburn passes it up to Delaney. Delaney going to have to take this game and put it in her hands. And she's doing that right now. She gets past a couple different players and off a ricochet gets the ball back. Ball is still Lander ball. Throwing it in over there is going to be Addie Weston. Weston throws it in to nobody. I don't think Delaney Sullivan turned around in time, went right past everybody and out the back of the goal line. We're going to get a goal kick here with 33:50 to go. That ball from the goal all the way down to the halfway line, past everybody. Lander was trying to play defense on Caitlin Innes, and Innes just let it go past. Cody's going to get the ball again right at the halfway line. They're going to throw it in. She throws it in, gets stolen away pretty quickly by Lander. That's Weston. Weston can't get too much more, and now Lily Moore has it. She kicks it up, and it gets stolen away before it can get to Weston. Right past Georgia and Weston, and now all the way down here to Molly Hayes, who already has one goal. She passes it up to Boyson. Nicely done by Morton to stop the ball, and it's still in the attacking third for Cody. Kalkowski working on Weston. Weston gets that ball out. Nicely done. Ella Stanbury runs all the way back to it and then just kicks it, and Delaney Sullivan yelling at her teammates from the center circle here. She was hoping for a pass to her, and instead it didn't go very far. Now, again, the pass goes away from Delaney Sullivan. Sullivan noticeably upset. It's not necessarily anyone's fault. Cody's just very good on defense. And right there, they get a ball into the goal box, and Aislinn Donahue has permission to come up and slide on it. 32-22 to go. Lander down 2-0. They have to find some offense fast. And Sullivan going to take this on herself. Gets a little push in the back by Ella Talek. Talek almost gets the ball, but Delaney says, that's mine, and starts running with it right up the middle of the pitch, and she's going to pass it up to Blue Blackburn. Nice pass, and it goes right past the extended leg of Blackburn. It's going to go out of bounds, though. Last touch by Cody. And they're waiting on their offense to get up, and they're going to let Addie Weston throw this in. This is an opportunity in the making for Lander to get a goal here. Delaney Sullivan moves up closer to that far side touch line. So does Georgia Chance. Instead, they go to Blue Blackburn. Blackburn kicks it back, and it's stolen away by Kennedy Neiman and then cleared by Neiman. Right to Allie Atnip. She gets it up to Aspen Kalkowski. And Kalkowski bum rushes Lily Moore, and Moore hits the back of her head on the dirt. She's still holding it. Ref asks her if she's okay. She waves him off as Mason Morton trying to play some defense, and the ball goes right past her. And that is Boyson. You knew it was going to happen eventually, but Boyson finally gets hers, and it comes just a couple minutes after the goal by Kennedy Neiman. And Lander is looking at a very similar outcome to their last game against these Phillies. And now they all kind of meet up in the middle of the pitch. Sullivan giving some instructions or asking for something. Now the defensive line has their own little meeting here. Obviously frustrated with the way that they have been able to, or the way they haven't been able to, I should say, get any offense really going. And it's not just Delaney that's frustrated. Everyone is upset right now at just the pace of play compared to Cody. Cody's just sprinting up and down the field, and they're finding their passes. They're finding their shots. Meanwhile, Lander just having trouble getting into the attacking third, and when they do, and they can find their shots, something seems to go wrong every time, and it's usually caused by great defense by Cody. And the ball tried to go back. Cody tried to go back into the pass, and Georgia Chance, a hard fall, along with Ellie Talick over there. Aislinn Donahue able to stop that from going anywhere near the face of the goal box, and she grabs it right before it ends into the defensive third. And Lily Moore is getting a concussion protocol test from the athletic director here. You can kind of see it at the bottom of your screen as Addie Weston fighting with Boudry, I'm sorry. I met her dad on the way to the bathroom, and he's saying it's Boudry. So Maddie Boudry and Weston were fighting for it. Now Lander has it. And Lander, Gilly Wheeler with the Jets. She moves it up and kicks it a little bit too far for Stanbury. Now Nielsen. Well, she turns up and runs down this touchline. She gives a cross and tries to get it to Delaney Sullivan, but it was too far behind her. Now Kalkowski somehow gets it past two players, and Boyson with another opportunity here. She's going to take the left shot, left foot, and Boyson with her second goal of the day just 2 minutes after her first. 29-26, and actually on the board it says 30-14. I don't know where they're getting that from, but we'll keep it with them. Oh, man, this game got out of hand quickly. It was 1-0 at halftime, and Lily Moore has been cleared to come back in, and she does. And she comes in for Weston. And this is going to be a long ride home if nothing changes for Lander. Whistle is blown. We're back in action here. Georgia Chance gets the short pass from the kickoff, gives it off to Nielsen. Nielsen tries to get it up to Harlow Baker. Now Blue Blackburn has it. Blackburn has some speed. If she can get around one or two players, which she can't there, she really does have a lot of open opportunities more and more every game. They're trying to get someone started, and I think they're honing in on Delaney, so it's good. Now Lily Moore and Baker running together, and neither of them saw that 14 Ellie Talick right there, but Baker passes it up. Gets stolen away by Gillian Growney. And now on this near side touchline, saved from going out of bounds by Boudry. Mason Morton has it now into the center circle. She gets it up to Georgia. Georgia stops, starts, turns. Long pass up here for Baker. Baker wasn't prepared and turned a little bit too late there, and it's going to go out of bounds with 29-14 to go. Not to keep bringing it up, but you can just feel it and see it on the bench of Lander, just frustration. And Cody now bringing in some reserves. 36, Josie Limberg, a junior. She comes in for Ellie Talick, the freshman. Cody throws it in, and it just goes right out of bounds. And they're saying that was off Lily Moore. The ball was definitely out of bounds before it touched Lily Moore, but they're not going to call that, I guess. And Boudry ends up throwing it in. Allie Atnip kicks it right back to Boudry, and now up and down between Harlow Baker. Lily Moore kicks it high in the air. Delaney Sullivan trying to box out the much bigger Josie Limberg. And now Sullivan gets it, from Blue Blackburn. Chance has it. She kicks it back to Nielsen. Something has to happen here. They're getting it to Lily Moore, and Lily Moore right off her foot a little awkwardly, right to Harlow Baker. Baker tries to kick it past one, can't. Gets it back, kicks it, tries to get another, and now her and Lily Moore are too close to each other, and they just did exactly what they did about 30 seconds beforehand, and neither knew what they wanted to do, and instead, Cody broke in between the two of them and stole it away. And now I see Ella Stanbury about to come back in. Blue Blackburn steals the ball, gets it up to Baker. Baker didn't stop it. She tried to lead herself a little bit, and it is stolen away by Cody again. The kick back here to Boudry. 27-35 to go. And out of bounds. And they're going to say last touch by Cody. That was the second time right there in that same spot. I'm surprised And that one does go out, and that one's off Boudry this time. Lander finally staying on this side of the pitch for more than a couple minutes. Aliatnip going to throw it in here. Ooh, fakes out someone, takes an extra 5 steps, gets it up to Baker and throws it a little bit past her. Ends up in the legs of Growney. Growney whiffs one shot and then somehow gets it past to Boudry. Boudry's tightrope in this touch line, up and down, and now Boudry gets it back, and Aliatnip's going to watch that go out of bounds. Smartly done. She throws it in hard, and Lily Moore goes right past her and headed back to her, but then it was Nielsen that kicked it down, and Delaney Sullivan was trying to stop the ball from going out and just couldn't. So now Lily Moore takes some advice from her coach, throws it into Harlow Baker, and Baker, again, just right off her foot. She couldn't kick it down, and now Aliatnip watches that one go right off of her side and out of bounds. And Cody, not even waiting. Kalkowski throws it in right to Boyson, lands off the back of her thighs, and she still manages to get it in front of her. And then the ball pushed out and kicked out by Aliatnip right there. Boyson takes 2 players to really stop Boyson in her tracks. Kalkowski throws it in again, this time to Molly Hayes. 12 and 12 fighting each other for the position there as Mason Morton gets it away, and now Georgia Chance has it going up against Avery Williams. Georgia gets it up to Nielsen. Nielsen has to fight off Josie Lindberg, and Lindberg doesn't stop it and gets up to Delaney. Delaney with the speed, moves past one, trying to get it past another. What's she going to do here? Is she going to take this? She's going to have to turn and burn. She does, and it goes right off the top, and Delaney hits the ground, rolls over, pats the turf. That was her best look at a goal all day, sadly. And it had to come from just her making moves, getting around 2 or 3 players. 25-10 to go. Ball stays over here on this side of the pitch. Lander not really moving towards it. Lily Moore finally gets it here. Her and Harlow Baker running across each other again, and now this pass up to Sullivan was a little bit behind. Chance goes over her head. Weird bounce there. Georgia didn't really expect it to take that bounce. Now she gets it over to Nielsen. Nielsen gets it up to Lily Moore. Lily Moore stops and almost falls just turning around, and then she ends up getting it away from Molly Hayes, but not before she can kick it up to Boyson. And then that kick, that clear, I should say, goes towards the goalie, and Delaney Sullivan, I think Delaney Sullivan stepped on her face. She might have just kicked her chin a little, but Delaney Sullivan trying to jump over the goalie as the goalie kind of slid forward and just didn't get both feet up in the air, it looked like. And that's got to hurt. A cleat to the chin. High kicks back and forth here. Nielsen finally stops it from doing so, gets it on the ground. She can't get it past the Cody defense, though, and now Kalkowski is running up with it, has to face off against Gilly Wheeler. Wheeler lets the pass go by, but she stopped her up nicely, and now over there on that far side, Molly Hayes, and it gets cleared away. Well done by Lander, and Lander moves up. Delaney Sullivan, 1 player to beat. Now 2 players to beat. She's going up against Reese Neiman, and she takes the shot, and it goes off the head of Gillian Growney. So we should get a corner kick here, should we not? There's a lot of cheers coming from one particular section here. I hope it's a bunch of Lander fans. And we have some subs coming in. 13 and 14, Kennedy Neiman and Ellie Talek coming back in for Cody, and Addie Weston coming in for Lily Moore on Lander's side. Coming out for Cody is 21, Maya McCartan, and number 5, that's Boudry. So, a corner kick as Delaney has to wait and wait and wait. Now she has to go and get the ball herself. Corner kick incoming. Does she try an Olympico here with no wind? No, it's going to go a little bit past Addie Weston, who could not jump high enough to get the header, and Cody now running with it down the pitch. Molly Hayes moves it up. to Kalkowski, and now kicked away by Gilly Wheeler. Well done. Stanbury with a good sideways kick, and I don't hear a whistle. Did you? They're going to say it's off Cody. A reminder that our sponsors in that bottom left corner are the only way that we can come out to games like this. A lot of people, especially fans of sports like football and basketball, wondering how we spend money going to and from soccer games. We really don't. We use sponsors to help us get around. And so all of those businesses down at the bottom corner, if you want to show your love and support of Lander Soccer, you can do so by shopping at those places. That includes Sutherland's. That includes taking the WRTA bus line, or at least promoting it in your own way. Teton Therapy, a huge sponsor for us throughout every season. CWC, obviously a big asset to not just us, but the entire town and county of Fremont County, Riverton, Lander, and CWC has locations outside of Fremont County as well, I'm pretty sure. But CWC, a huge asset to us. And they love soccer. They have a good soccer program there. It's going to be being rebuilt for, I believe, the third time in 5 years. COVID did not help at all. They were with a coach before COVID. COVID happened, pushed everything back. They lost that head coach and had interim head coach Jacob Rosenberg. And then Rosenberg went back down to assistant coach, as they had another coach whose name escapes me at the moment for the last 2 years. And then this spring season, it was Rosenberg again in the interim spot, and now he is back in New York. Wish all the best to Jacob Rosenberg. He's been a good friend and a great person to talk sports with, even though he is a Giants fan. As this ball perfectly placed for Cody, and then Aislinn Donahue, she just goes up and dives right on it. Smart move. She knew that number 7, Avery Williams, was there, and she had an opportunity. As we are at the halfway mark of this second half. 4 goals in 20 minutes. That's the objective. As Boyson turns around, gets past Mason Morton, who I think is the only player that's really kind of held her own against her in this second half, as a shot on goal from over on the far side gets holed up in the chest of Aislinn Donahue. That ball, a high bouncer right to Harlow Baker. And now the ball back and forth between Gillian Growney, and now Kalkowski has it. She's moving up on Allie Atnip. She goes with the left foot, passes back to Boyson. Boyson stopped up by Mason Morton, but Boyson finds an open Kennedy Neiman on this near side. And a whistle. Something happened, and it's against Cody. As I just watched the singular ball and the player with it, I miss what happens on the far side on instances like that. Mason Morton going to get a free kick here. And her free kick right to the chest of Cody's Ellie Talick. She kicks it up to Avery Williams. And then a high pass for Boyson. And it gets stopped right in front of her, and Boyson's going to look at it, and it's going to be kicked out the side of the pitch. Well done there. I couldn't tell if that was Atnip or Morton, but they were both in the vicinity as the throw-in quick and right to Molly Hayes, and Hayes gets pushed around, and then a shot by Boyson goes low right into Aislinn Donahue's knees, and Donahue's worked for it the last couple minutes here. She's had 3 blocks, 3 nice blocks too. Harlow Baker runs up to the ball here, stops, puts it behind her, tries to get it up to Weston, and just too slow there. The pace of play that Cody forces you to play is much higher than Lander is used to right now, especially on offense. They're getting gassed on defense, especially in moments like this where this triangle passing is working to perfection. Donahue does her job there, though, as a shot by Kennedy Neiman gets blocked up there. Allie Boyson, the senior, with 2 goals today. Kennedy Neiman, the senior, with 1, and Molly Hayes, a junior, with another. Ellie Talick Stops in the middle third, kicks it back up to Avery Williams. At this point, it's more or less about getting that goose egg off the scoreboard for Lander and trying to live another day, hopefully facing Cody in the 3A state tournament might go a little differently. But right now, Harlow Baker was waiting for it. And again, Cody, just like the boys, they don't let you wait. They run up behind you. And right there, Madison Chrysler, the senior, she does it right there again. Nothing that Harlow Baker's doing wrong. She's sitting there waiting for the pass to get to her. And just defense of Cody running up first. And now Baker going to come out of the game. Stanbury coming in. And Molly Hayes coming out of the game with Caitlin Innist coming in. Ball about to come back into play. Allie Atnip going to throw it. She throws it over the head of everyone into the head of Kennedy Neiman. She was trying to get to Weston. Now Gilly Wheeler, a little high pass to Weston, goes badly. And now Weston steals the ball herself, but it kicks off the shins. And now Delaney Sullivan trying to do what Cody's been doing and run up on you from behind and get the ball. She almost does get it from Ellie Talick there. Georgia Chance, a nice steal from Avery Williams. Georgia now kicks it across the pitch to Weston. Weston back to Georgia. Georgia just trying to get into the middle third, and she does with a pass to the Blue Blackburn, who turns around and kicks it, and it's going to go off the heels of Gillian Growney. Tinley Reisig going to throw this in here. And it's going to be a real bummer today if the only goal that is scored by Lander was from Craig Hansen, and it was off camera. That's going to eat me alive on my road home. Upsetting for sure. And this game without Annabelle Knockhazel is just a difficult one to put into words because this Lander team is much better than how they are playing against the best team in the state right now, in my view. You could lump Riverton up in there with them, but they have had some losses, and now Boyson again with a nice lead. She's going up against Atnip, and Atnip with a little shove, no call. Boyson hits the ground, and the ball goes into Aislinn Donahue's hands. But as I was saying, you might call Riverton the best in the state. The girls are 12-2-1, and they have that first-round bye this Thursday in Rock Springs. You could also say Thunder Basin in the 4A, 13-0-1. They're up there, but honestly, the real only undefeated team in the state, Cody, at 12-0, has just made a spectacle of these last couple seasons, going 17-0 last year, winning their fourth title in 5 years. So far, 12-0 this year. 2 more games on the week here for Cody. They play against Green River. And actually, it's only 1 game. They play against Green River. And then their season's pretty much over until state next week. Meanwhile, Lander going to be at home against Lyman on Thursday. We will have that. As always, we have every home game from Lander. And then they're going to be at Mountain View on Friday to end their season. Mountain View was really their first test this season. Jackson Hole, the 4A Lady Phillies there, they just came into Lander to open the season and did what they've done to pretty much every team this year, and that shut them out. Blue Blackburn slips on the pass there, or is that Blue? That's Delaney Sullivan, and she's getting up slow, and her ankle does not look good. Ooh, she's limping badly, and no, Scott Getz, now they call for a timeout, and that is not good at all. Delaney Sullivan had a weird slip when she tried to pass it up to Blue. $13-12 is where we will stop the clock, and the athletic trainer is going to go up to Delaney here. And I don't know how serious this is. It could just be a cramp, and I think it might be because she just laid down and prepared for the... And no, she's pointing down at her ankle. We're not going to speculate, nor are we going to show it in case it gets any different. No, she's being helped up now. A little limpy. She's going to probably stick to the sideline. I don't know for how much longer. I didn't see who came in, But we do have Stanbury, Weston, Blue Blackburn, and Harlow Baker on offense here. And we're going to get a whistle to start the clock. Oh, they already did. Way to go. There's the whistle. You're supposed to wait for that, I'm pretty sure, as it's going to be 12. I'm going to start it at 12:45. Cody has it down in the attacking third. Takes a long shot, and it's going to go far left. And I didn't see how that got stopped up, but I think it hit a track and field athlete that was practicing. It's going to be a goal kick here, 12:30 to go. Again, just trying to get this goose egg off of the scoreboard is probably your main goal. You're worried more about the health of your players, especially someone like Delaney Sullivan heading into state. And we're already going to be without Annabelle Knockhazel today, and who knows for how much longer. A very small senior class on this Lady Tigers team, but to be without Annabelle and Delaney is going to be rough, dude. It's going to be a rough one, and this young team has so much potential. They've been coached by Scott Getz since they were just little kids. I'm actually writing a story about that right now. We have pictures from when these girls were 8, 9 years old, and Coach Getz was coaching them up at the little level. And we're going to have a great story on that in the Lander Journal, hopefully in this weekend edition. And as that pass goes perfectly to Boudry, and then Boudry tries to kick it towards the goal, and instead Mason Morton, nicely done, kicks it out of the side here. But yeah, this team has so much potential in the years ahead. They have a lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen that like to play. One of my favorite people I've met since I moved here, Kinsley McClung, a sophomore, the sister of Kaysen McClung, the basketball player that was out for much of the season this year for Lander. Kinsley, when I first met her, was at a tournament out in Douglas, I think it was, and she just randomly started pulling out Play-Doh from her pocket and started playing with Play-Doh, and before long I asked for some, and we were both playing with Play-Doh watching Kaysen play, and it was a fun time. Kinsley looks to be on the varsity team next year, and they're going to be without Delaney Sullivan. They're going to be without Anna Nielsen. They're going to be without Annabelle Knockhazel, but they have a good amount of juniors that are ready to play. Some of them are already playing, as Aislinn Donahue going to be a senior next year. Ella Stanbury going to be a senior next year. Allie Atniv going to be a senior next year. Abby Dixon going to be a senior next year. We've called her name a couple times this year as that ball goes towards the middle third off of a Cody player. And then lots of juniors. This is going to be a junior-laden team next year. You got Lily Moore, Tinley Reisig, Kinsley McClung, Gilly Wheeler, Precious Bowstring, Addie Weston, Zoe Mulholland, who has not played this year. I did call her in basketball, and she had an injury or two. I don't know if those have kept her from playing, as Aislinn Donahue adds another save to her list today. And now she kicks it deep as we are under 10 minutes to go. Blue Blackburn getting chased by Ennis, and now she kicks it too deep for for Ella Stanbury. Harlow Baker showing a lot of spirit. She just ran about 20 yards to try and stop that ball from going any further, and that's the kind of effort you want to see, especially late in a game like this. And it looks like Sullivan will be coming back in. Her and Lily Moore waiting on this near sideline for the next time they can get subbed in. 8 minutes, 55 seconds to go. The drop kick high into the center circle. Gilly Wheeler and Boudry were battling for it. Now Georgia Chance battling for it with Avery Williams, and it goes out of bounds. But yes, this team is not how they look today. If you were to watch this game and only this game all season, you might wonder how they're going to do in state. I think they'll do just fine. They have a team that's been to state. They've been to the state championship 2 years in a row. I mean, this team has experience out the wazoo when it comes to the postseason. they're just going to have to come up against a team like Cody, and they're going to have to do it with a little bit more tenacity than they've had today, and that's no harm, no foul on them. Cody is just that good. I know I've been bragging about Cody like I'm a Cody broadcaster, but after calling 90% of the Lander games this year, I can guarantee you this is the best team they've played. And that includes the 4A Jackson Phillies, who beat them 4-0 to start off the season. The other Phillies, these Cody Phillies, beat them 4-0 at home in Lander a couple weeks ago, and they are now up 4-0 again. That might just be the magic number that Lander doesn't want to get to. Goal kick incoming from Mason Morton. And I'm going to warn everyone here, I'm just going to try and talk to Annabelle Knockhazel after this game. I want these girls to get home as soon as possible. It's a Tuesday. They all have school tomorrow. They have games on Thursday and Friday. I'm sure the last thing they want to do is wait on 2 or 3 people and to get on the bus, go get something to eat, and start this 2-hour, 15-minute drive home, which if you're driving like me was really a 2.5-hour drive, as I really am. I come from Kansas, where you do not have 70, 75 mile per hour highways, a lot of them 65, and I love driving up in Montana when you can get up to like 80, 85, and it's all street legal, and that's exactly what I like, but I don't want to do it out here and get pulled over on my way home, especially in the wife's car. You don't want to do that. As nicely done, Mason Morton steals it before it can get into the attacking third. Now she's giving it up to Georgia Chance. Chance up to Lily Moore. Moore, a little bit more mustard on it would have gotten to Delaney Sullivan, but instead it gets stolen away. And now Neiman kicks it up. And Allie Atnip outruns Boudry. Well done. And Aislinn Donahue just clears it right to Georgia Chance at the halfway line. Harlow Baker, I don't know what she was trying to do there. She kind of popped it up for Blue Blackburn to come back to. And you can see most of these girls are just gassed. They've played upwards of 60 to 70 minutes so far, most of them. There have been a few substitutions that have allowed girls to take a little break, but pretty much overall, when you see a stoppage of play, Lander is hands on hips, hands on knees, heavy breathing. I don't blame them. I'm heavy breathing just watching Cody run around. And as someone that's as out of shape as I am, I don't think I would last 2 minutes out there, let alone almost 80. Harlow Baker tried to stop it and turn around. She ends up just stopping it and trying to kick it up to Blue. Blue couldn't get there in time. Georgia Chance stops it before it goes out of bounds. Georgia back to Nielsen. Nielsen trying to get towards the center circle, gets it stolen away by Avery Williams, and then a whistle as Williams hits the dirt right at the halfway line, and it's going to be Boyson, I believe, with this free kick from the 49-yard line. Cody seems to have their fans starting to pack up. They kind of know where this is going. I would imagine Lander fans do too, as that 50-yard kick, 60 really, as it counts the end zone, goes into the hands of Aislinn Donahue. And the coffee I had early starting to come up. Delaney Sullivan puts a foot over it and then watches it get stolen away. And if you feel for anyone today, you feel for Delaney Sullivan, who has tried. And, Anna Nielsen gets turned and put on her face by Boyson. Allie Boyson just stop, start, turn around. It looked like James Harden in the NBA doing a crossover. And then it goes out the back of the goal line off of a failed shot on goal attempt. There is some good to be said about this team. They found that the middle third is a sacred place. And Lander looking to get Annabelle Knockhazel back soon. And I wonder what this game would look like with Knockhazel. I know it's one player, but that one player is a senior with a lot of experience and a great facilitator, as Delaney Sullivan facilitates Lily Moore down this side, and it goes kicked out of bounds with 3:35 to go. And Lily Moore waiting for the ball. She gets it there. Still trying to get this 0 off the scoreboard. She throws it into Sullivan, who just right off her shin, right out of bounds. And the term Lander luck has been spread around a little bit today. In the boys' game, the last 8 minutes really showing what Lander has had to deal with this season, not just the unlucky handball that led to a penalty kick that led to the game-winning goal, but also, when the refs are red carding you, yellow carding you left and right as a body hits the dirt there, and they don't call that one. Georgia Chance with a long shot, and it goes into the hands of the goalie. But yes, that game in the boys, the epitome of Lander's luck this year, and right now, Lander, just a few missed opportunities that could have really turned the page of this game another way. And just a lot of high balls back and forth, and almost a handball on Blue Blackburn. She's lucky that didn't get called. Now back over to Harlow. Harlow kicks it back out to Georgia. Georgia's going to take a long shot again. This one's going to go out the back of the goal line with 2:15 to go. Reminder, our Click It or Ticket postgame show, we're going to talk to Annabelle Knockhazel, the senior who just signed with LCCC. We're going to talk to her, maybe Coach Getz, I'm not sure. But we're going to keep it quick and to the point as these girls have a long bus ride home, some of them taking parents' rides home, and either way, the ref has to get out of the way there on a pass to Boyson. Maya McCartan back up to Molly Hayes, and they get it blocked out. Nicely done by Lander. Over to Harlow Baker. Baker kicks it up to Sullivan. Sullivan is running with it. Sullivan stops. She's going to take the shot. Oh, off the left side of the goal. And man, Sullivan has been doing it today, even if it doesn't show up on the scoreboard. Sullivan has put 2 really great shots on goal after getting past the entire Cody defense by herself. A good pass to get her there, but when she gets it and has to run past 2 players, you can just tell she expends a lot of energy. The ball on that far side being carried by Cody. Now back out to Molly Hayes in the middle. Hayes going to turn with the left foot. She puts up a shot, and it gets blocked by her own player on accident. 45 seconds to go. Both Lander teams not going to have a super fun ride home. But again, they have Lyman on Thursday. I have that game at 3 and 5 with the girls starting first, and a missed shot on goal by Cody, as you could hear their fans yearning for one more. But they both beat Lyman last week, a week before last, I apologize. They both beat Lyman in Lyman, so that's good news heading into that game. Anything can happen, as we know in these games, but Lyman currently sitting at 2 and 7. And as the game ends here, I'll just let you know that Thursday we will be in Lander calling the game against the Lyman teams. That's at 3 and 5. The next day we turn around and we go to Mountain View for the final game of the regular season. That starts at 4 and 6. We'll have all those games, and then we'll head to State down in Green River. And we'll have plenty to talk about at the end of this game. I'm going to go ahead and give a word to our sponsors before we start to pack up, and we will talk with Annabelle Knockhazel right after this.
Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Hey there! How's your day going?
Frustrating. My car's check engine light came on, and they can't take it in till next week. And then Max, our Rottweiler, chewed up my glasses, and I'm going to have to wait at least a week to get another pair. It seems you have to wait for everything important.
I know the feeling. Some things seem to take forever to get done.
Forgot to ask, how's your day?
I had to take my daughter into the clinic to have her arm looked at.
Let me guess. You had to wait to get an appointment. What was it, 1 week, 2 weeks?
Same day.
What? Same day?
We go to Hot Springs Health. They offer same-day appointments at all their clinics. Riverton, Shoshone, Thermopolis, Worland, and Basin. You just call the clinic and you have an appointment in a matter of minutes. It's easy and so convenient.
Wow, so Hot Springs Health actually values our time? Thanks for the advice. Now if I could only get a same-day appointment for Max. He hasn't been the same since he ate my glasses. He keeps running around and making a spectacle of himself.
For more information or directions, please visit hotspringshealth.com, your hub of healthcare in the Basin.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
Hometown Freedom Healthcare, making healthcare great. Providing coverage in family medicine, women's health, pediatrics, and mental health. Meet providers Tara Blumenshine, Adina Vasco, and Jessica Rodriguez. Come see us at Hometown Freedom Healthcare, locally owned, 463-0541.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Welcome back. I know it says Go Wolverines at the end of that Papa Murphy's commercial, but they do sponsor the Player of the Game for all of our teams, whether they are Lander, Shoshone, Wyoming Indian, all that jazz. That was just part of our radio sponsorship for them. So we are in our Click It or Ticket postgame show as the Cody Phillies put up 4 again on the Lady Tigers and hold them to a score of 0 once again. So second time in 2 games that Cody has shut out the Lady Tigers 4-0. This time a couple different opportunities for Delaney Sullivan late to get at least one up on the scoreboard, both hitting the goal, the left side of the goal and bouncing off the pole. The other one just wide to the right, didn't really could have came in just a little bit, but either way, Delaney Sullivan had a heck of a workout today, just sprinting up and down. I liked the effort from a lot of players here. Ella Stanbury was sprinting up and down. Blue Blackburn, I feel like I saw her pink shoes all over the field. She was not sticking on one side of the ball by any chance. Mason Morton playing great defense on Allie Boyson, the All-Stater. In the end, it was Boyson with 2 goals, Kennedy Neiman with 1, and Molly Hayes with the other. Just not the day for Lander today. They had a tough task. They had an uphill battle for sure. Not only are the Cody Phillies the number 1 team in the state, but the Cody Bronx, they're not too bad themselves. Now they sit at 10-3. That'd be second in the 3A West. They're hoping for Powell to fall. And let's see how this could shake up, actually. So Powell doesn't play again. Powell plays Green River on Friday, and Cody doesn't play again. Right off the top of my head, I don't know. I'm sure the Cody boys have had a back and forth with Powell, but the girls obviously have beaten the Lady Panthers. And Powell, if the boys were to fall to Green River Friday at 6, and they are playing the number 4 team, Powell would be tied record-wise with Cody at 10-3. And that would mean that the number 1 seed could be up for grabs. We'll figure it out. And I have confirmed that Annabelle Knockhazel is going to come up here and talk to us as the huddle seems to have broken up. Before we do that, let's go ahead and get into our players of the game here. As far as our Papa Murphy's player of the game, I'm going to give it to Mason Morton. She played phenomenal defense. She was back and forth trying to get stuff going. She took all the goal kicks. She was able to get a lot of balls where they needed to go into the middle of the field. And just Mason Morton has been outstanding all season long, and I have a feeling that she's going to keep that going. I am going to give the Gatorade to Delaney Sullivan. I know she's gotten a lot of praise this season. She's well deserving of it as she leads the team in goals. She took the most shots on goal today, and you could just see that competitive energy in her all game long. Whether she was yelling at Cody or kind of yelling at her teammates, she just wanted to be more competitive and get some more offense, and it just was very hard and hard to do. And I'm wondering if I could just throw the headphones. I wonder. I might be able to. I'm going to test this out, see if we can talk to them without them having to come all the way around. If you have never been to Cody's school, it's a very different press box. You have to go behind the bleachers. It's a totally separate move, and it's going to be difficult to figure out for some of these girls. So I'm going to see what I can do. I'll be right back after this.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunners Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunners Automotive, 856-2288.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WYDOT.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
The Stock Dock is proud to serve all of Fremont County and surrounding areas. They are dedicated to providing the highest level of veterinarian medicine along with friendly and compassionate service. They service all pets of shapes and sizes between dogs and cows and cats and horses. They treat your animal like it's their own. The Stock Dock.
Like that. All right, and I'm here with a very special guest, the senior midfielder Annabelle Knockhazel, joining us on our Click It or Ticket postgame show. Annabelle, I know you weren't able to play today. It's your knee, correct?
Yeah, I possibly blew it out.
Well, it looked like they missed you there in the midfield. What do you tell the team when they're trying to replace that presence you have in the midfield?
I really just tell them that they need to focus on holding their position and not overplaying. making good, diligent, smart passes, and really not chasing the ball because that gets us tired. In turn, we don't really have depth to sub in.
And did this happen against Pinedale on your pink night?
Yes, it did. Yeah, I've had knee problems for a long time, but I got pushed in the back weird, and they think that I tore my meniscus and possibly my MCL.
So we're not even looking at a state tournament.
There's a chance. I have to decide between state or freshman year of college, so
And
it's a pretty big deal.
That is a big deal, and I am not going to tell you what to do. I want to talk to you about your college, though, because it happened without a signing. You didn't do a signing at school, did you?
I haven't yet, nope.
Okay, well, hey, before that, just tell us why you chose LCCC.
I have a lot of good friends that go to L-Trip, and I knew I wanted to play college for a long time. I have had a lot of health concerns and been diagnosed with a lot of things, so going away from home wasn't an option for me. And Coach Lugo offered me a great scholarship and a great spot on the team, and he's turning it around, and it's going to be great.
That's awesome. I can't wait to see you down there, and we will be close to home.
Yes,
You know, Delaney picked a school in Washington because she didn't want to be close to home.
Yeah, she went to Yakima.
Yeah, so it's good to see that you're staying around. What do you hope to bring? I mean, obviously, we still have to talk about state and your freshman year, but what do you hope to bring to LCCC?
I got signed as a center back, so a position I've never played before.
Oh, wow.
But hopefully my strength and my speed will help us have an offensive mindset and be able to score some goals and keep some out of our net.
Cool. Well, hey, before I let you go, this team has 2 more games before state. You got Lyman, and then you got Mountain View, 2 teams you guys have already beaten before. What's it going to take to sweep those 2 teams and head into state with a winning attitude?
We definitely need to have a clean mindset and a clean conscience, not doubt anything that we're going into, and just be very diligent and deliberate with our passes and our play.
Awesome. Hey, I love talking to you because you have such a high soccer IQ. So I'll let you get back, and I know it's a long drive, so have a safe drive home, okay?
Well, thank you so much.
No problem. I hope your knee's okay. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming up here. I'll talk to you later, okay? With that, I see no reason to continue this Click It or Ticket postgame show. I want to thank YDOT for sponsoring it, as always. Remember, only 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. Let's try and pump up those numbers to 100%. I know I'll be wearing mine on the ride home, and we will be looking for you on Thursday at the final home game for the Lander Tigers and Lady Tigers, and that will be against Lyman, and that will be starting at 3 p.m. this Thursday. And then the next day at 4 and 6, we have games against Mountain View, and then we're in Green River next weekend. Thanks for following us and following along with Lander Lady Tigers and Tigers soccer all season long. This has been Sean O'Brate from Cody, wishing you a good rest of your Tuesday.
Feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit LanderGambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.